the utmost certainty.
Huh? I don't know.
That second trailer is amazing.
Oh,
The first one was good, the teaser, but the second one was amazing.
yeah. Oh, just wait. That didn't show
Nice.
me anything.
Nice.
I mean, like
That's
I was sitting there, like the opening scene.
Thank you so much.
I've seen the rough cut of it before, but I was watching after they did all the sound design.
It's vamp time.
What is up, everybody? What is up? Why am I hearing so much music in my background? I hope everybody. Where am I hearing this from? Something's going wrong. I'm hearing myself. I couldn't figure it out. Oh, my bad. I had such a badass intro. I had it all set up. It's like, here you are. You get Art the Clown. And then you get the new badass intro. And everything's going good. And I'm like, I hear myself. Where the hell? And there was another tab open that I didn't know about. So I'm like, I'm losing my mind. Well, anyways, how you doing, everybody? It is Monday evening. I hope everybody's having a nice beginning to your week and had a wonderful weekend. I had a blast. It was a long, epic weekend. We had a great time at a Creep I.E Aftermath and at Amoeba Records in the Funko Pop store with John Ward, which John Ward is going to be joining us in just a moment. But we have, I'll show you some more of that video with Art the Clown there. And I will show you a couple other videos, and we're going to talk about some stories that I heard firsthand from some of these celebrities there at Creep I.E Aftermath. And we'll show you, I've got stacks of pickups and autographs, different things that we're going to get to. So we're going to have a great time tonight. First, I just want to mention the substance. I've heard from a couple people this weekend that the substance with Demi Moore is phenomenal. And so I looked it up earlier. It's sitting at an 8.0 on IMDb. That is a mind-blowing score. 89 from the experts on Rotten Tomatoes and 68 from the fans on Rotten Tomatoes. And then Transformers 1 is doing very well. 88 from the exports and 98 from the audience from Transformers 1 and 98 on Rotten Tomatoes. So I think you will be okay if you go see Transformers 1. Next week, we got Joker of Folie à Deux, however you say that, part 2 of the Joker. And then 2 weeks from now, Terrifier 3 hits theaters. So there we go. I lost John Ward. He was right there. I saw him a minute ago. I was just about to bring him in. We'll get with John once he is back. But yes, what an epic weekend. I had a great time. And it's funny because I went in with the game plan. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. These are the autographs I'm going to get. And basically, all that went out the window. I got really basically not many that I thought I was going to get, and a lot that I did not expect to get. So let me say hello to everybody. And I see John's back. We'll get you in here in just a second, John. Wicked Network. What's up? What's up? What's up? The monkey. What's going on? I have not gotten into Agatha all along. I don't know that I will. Not my cup of tea. But how you doing, monkey? Wicked Network. What up? James, how you doing? Oh, the Fluffy Gamer. It is vamp time. How's the G fam? What's up? Jude, what's going on, Jude? Have you got your package yet? It is in the mail. It should be there anytime now. Robert C, what's up, Robert? How you doing? James, what's going on? Nocturnal's in the house. What up? Great seeing and hanging out with Nocturnal again this weekend. Just chilling now with the OGP. Decent. What's up, Robert C, Mr. Pink Box? There you go. Gotta love the Pink Box. And now this weekend, it was cool. I got to hang out with a whole bunch of friends, including this gentleman here at the door, Mr. John Ward. How you doing, John?
I'm fine. How are you? I'm knocking.
Oh.
I'm trying to get through. I'm knocking.
Okay. What's going on with your signal tonight? You are all jacked up.
I look like a spaz doing this, so I'll stop that.
Yeah, but you're all glitched out and semi-frozen.
Right now?
Yeah. Like very grainy. Yeah. Well, now you're kind of, well, no. Huh.
I look fine.
Okay. Yeah. Over here. Well, I'll pull it up. But anyways, man, what a great weekend. Obviously you made it home. You are at home. How are the cats? Were they okay while you were away?
Just your feed says the Wicked Network. Hello, John. Just your feed is. Am I okay now?
No, I've never seen you quite this pixelated.
I'm completely fine on my end.
Okay. Yeah, looking at the stream too. It's not just me. It's like goofy in the stream. But well, let's get through it. Let's go. Maybe it's just a little wonky internet or something right now. But the cats are doing okay. They were fine while you were away.
Yes, plenty of food, plenty of water, plenty of litter. I was expecting Boris to throw up a couple of times. He threw up 5 times.
Oh boy.
And yeah, and 2 places I wasn't happy about. One was on the footrest by my sofa, and the other one was on the comforter on the bed. Luckily, these things are easy to clean and wash. But Natasha was fine, and when I came through the door, they acted like I'd only been gone for like 8 hours. So they were like, "Oh, he's home," that was that. So.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. Glad to hear it. I don't think the viewers want to hear about cat vomit. We just lost 7 of them. Anyways, we have a lot to talk about, a lot of pickups from this weekend. And man, it was a great time. You enjoy yourself? How do you feel now that everything is done and you're back home? How do you feel about the weekend?
I really loved it. I really enjoyed myself. The ride there and back was really easy, and I had some good music playing and drinks and food. And then you were a great host, and thanks to you and your wife. And it's you guys did a great job. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed the convention. I got to meet Nocturno, which is was really nice meeting you and hanging out with you for a couple of days. And it was good, seeing some of the the other legends of YouTube there too. So not sure if you want me to bring them up, not sure if that's a surprise with any of the videos or whatever. But
no. We could talk about whatever, but you were completely frozen there for a minute. So I don't know if rebooting your computer or something might help. Do you have any fixes or anything that may help your internet out?
No, I mean, I'm perfectly fine on my end.
Yeah, no, but everybody here is commenting saying that you're like kind of breaking up and frozen or on delay. And so, and I went and I just looked at it. But anyways, I just, it's hard, distracting. So,
well, why don't I get out and come back in?
Okay. Yeah. Let's try that. Let's redo the connection.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Okay, so John will be right back, everybody. Antonis, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Antonis says, "Hey OGP, just got back from Santa Barbara this afternoon, and my sister's wedding was very lovely and beautiful, and there was Greek dancing. Very nice. That's awesome. Even though you did not get to, she did not get to have the wedding in Greece, you did get to have that Greek atmosphere. That's awesome." Donovan's in the house. What's up, OGP? Thank you for the shirt. I really like that it's horror. Nice. Donovan is an absolute legend. Donovan is Wet Movie One's boss, Fonzie, his kid right there. And we love Donovan. And I had a shirt, and I was like, you know what? This is going to be perfect for Donovan. So send it over to him. That's awesome. Glad you like it, dude. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Very classic horror movie shirt right there. But so let's talk about this. Let's get into some of the things that we got at the conventions. We go, here's John. Let's try this again. Let's see how it's going. Oh, well, now you're looking, you were looking better. Oh, darn it. And then you started to move, and now you're frozen again. Are you moving, or you just, no, you're completely frozen. Did you reboot your computer, or you just exited and came back?
I got completely out and came back in, but I can reboot.
Yeah, maybe try that, because you are, a lot of times for me, if I don't have a good internet, I reboot and it sorts itself out. So because yeah,
my end looks fine. So okay, I'll be back.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, there he goes again. We got to get John Ward sorted out. As much, and nothing against John Ward, but as much effort as I've spent over the last couple of years trying to have a nice, clear image, it would drive me nuts. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I think he's got to reboot the internet. There is what he's got to do. He's got to reboot the computer. It'll figure it all out. Anyways, let's talk Creep I.E. aftermath. So first, John and I went over to Hollywood and went to Amoeba Records. And I'm sorry, I keep calling it Amoeba Records. It's Amoeba Music. And then we went over to the Funko Pop store. So we bought a few things there. That video is up. I put it up late last night. So the streak continues. Today is like day 32 in a row, I think, of consecutive videos. I got in by a hair, just by the hair of my chinny chin last night, as we got on. It was like 11 something o'clock last night when I got that video out. And I had a long day, so I wasn't able to do a live yesterday. But we're going to be live today and tomorrow. I'm going to try and go see that movie, The Substance, with Demi Moore tomorrow, and then talk about it tomorrow night. So join me for that. But man, Creep I.E. I went in and I told everybody. Let me pull this up right here. My game plan was to get E.T. And I did not add any more autographs to this. I was going to get 3 more, but I got sidetracked, and I got so many other autographs that I was not able to get that. I spent too much money on other things, and so I did not get ET. That was my game plan. I was like, I'm going to get ET. I'm going to fill that poster out. Did not happen, because I walked in the door and I was like, oh man, I've got to get some other stuff. So I have a ton of stuff here. Looks like John is back. Let's try it again. How you doing there? Oh, look at you, all crystal clear and everything now. No, yeah, okay. Maybe it's a little of a lag in Vegas or something, but you're better. You're much better. But when you moved, there was a little hang up there. But you look. I can actually differentiate like your eyes from your nose right now, so we're good.
Okay, and I sound okay.
Yep. Now you're good. Yes. I think we're
okay.
Okay
yeah. Weird, man. Okay.
No. I'm telling you, I spent, and I bought a $3,000 computer because I had like streaming issues where it would lag or look ugly or whatever. So I'm OCD about it now. So it's nothing personal, but just needed to get that worked out. But you're looking good now. You are looking good. So
marvelous.
I was just telling him I've got a ton of stuff that I want to talk about and get to. So we're just trying to keep it rolling here. But man, so we had a good time, and you got back home. Cats are doing well. And now from Creep I.E., not the other stuff, because the other stuff's on a separate video. Creep I.E., what all did you get there?
I ended up getting what was it? One DVD, well, one box set,
Okay.
and then the Funko sign. Do you want me to show those now, or are we gonna wait?
Oh, well, no. Well, no. Let's dive into it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you
So
have them, yeah.
yeah, I got them with me, and yeah. So I got this.
What's
So
up,
this
Bob?
is the Zombie Pack Volume 2. There's 3 DVDs inside. I have Volume 1, which is Zombie 3, 4, and 5. This one has Burial Ground, The Nights of Terror, Flesh Eater, and Zombie Holocaust. So they're
Okay.
all on their own thing here. So even though I do own some of these already, I wanted to still get the collection. It
Yeah,
was
nice
25, but the guy, yeah, it is. They're all from Shriek Show, and the seller 25, but he took 20. So
nice.
And then this is the big one. So I originally had this in one of those like plastic Funko Pop holders that you gave me. And I kept it in that from the second it got signed by everybody. When I got home, I immediately removed one of my Funko Pops, which was the Tony Stark Iron Man, and put that in the one that you gave me, and then put the thick plastic one, I forget what they call them, on this. And because this is now the most valuable, except for maybe the Tom Cruise one, that I have. And this is a signed, and I'll take it out of this, but it's in one of these really hard cases. It says Funko Pop on the front.
Nice.
And you pop it open. This will probably be the last time I open this. So
yeah, I wouldn't have even opened it right there, but
just so people could see it. So we, I got this at the Funko store. I was originally going to have them sign either the poster or the movie, one of the like Terrifier or Terrifier 2. And then Philip and I saw these, and it was like, and they were very cheap for being brand new.
$12.
Yeah, so that's Art the Clown right there. And then I asked the director, Damien Leone, to sign it there.
And what did he write on the side? What did Damien Leone write?
He wrote "Stay Terrified," and then he wrote "Writer Director Effects."
Nice,
with his name, and then Art is Art the Clown, and then he did like a little clown face down here.
Okay, nice.
And then this I wasn't going to do. I was only thinking of getting Art and Damien, but like the dilemma that you were having, I knew when I got home I would regret not getting it, getting the lead actress's Lauren's autograph. So I got that on top, right above the head of Art the Clown.
Nice.
So I just knew I would absolutely regret it. And what's nice is I came home and looked at my funds because I saw some people asking about our wallets. I'm still in the green. So I was in the red out there, but then when I added everything up and all that, I'm actually in the green by $14 whole.
Nice. Well, very cool.
So I don't regret anything, which is nice. So this is going to go. God, I don't want to touch anything on this.
Yeah. So and so I got that same Funko at the Funko Pop store there, and got David Howard Thornton, Mr. Art the Clown, to sign it as well. And he wrote David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown, and then drew a little clown face down there. So very cool, very cool. And I had no intention of getting this autographed. I had no intention of buying this. But when we wound up at the Funko Pop store, we saw these sitting there, and we were like, you know what? What an opportunity to actually just pick it up and get it signed. Because, I mean, part 3 is coming out in just a couple weeks. And you know what?
11th.
It looks, I love a Christmas horror, and I love Art the Clown as a character. I'm just not a big fan of the first 2 movies. So I'm hoping maybe part 3 will put me over the top. There are things about the movies that I do enjoy, but just as a whole, I'm not the biggest fan.
You know, it's funny because before this, I watched Terrifier again. And after this, I'm going to watch Terrifier 2 again because I know I'm going to watch them anyways before I see part 3. But you know your issue with the new Crow movie where the girl has the plastic over her head and her hands are like this and she's not poking that hole. Yeah. So one of the actresses in this, Art the Clown, takes a plastic bag, puts it over her head. She's struggling with him, like the bag is going into her mouth, and she's struggling, and then takes her fingers, rips the bag open, which tears the whole bag. Art falls back. He's confused, like, wait, this should have killed her. And she stabs him in the foot with like a big nail. And I thought of you instantly. I'm like, oh my God, this is what Philip, was talking about with the Crow. Because once she realized she couldn't get away from Art, she's like, oh, screw this, and just rips the bag open.
Yeah.
Because her hands are free.
Yep. Tyler, thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have a few of these different like Halloween shirts that I enjoy wearing here for like horror movie Mondays and stuff. Skyla, what's up? Hey, John OGB, hope you're doing well. Had a great time at Creep I.E. Had a wonderful time. Actually had a blast. And we have some fun news to talk about from in the world of Creep I.E. Something exciting coming up next year that we'll talk about today. So total, John, how much did the Terrifier Funko cost you? So it was 60 for Art and was it 40?
60 for Art, 60 for Damien, and of course there was tax. So it was like 63. And
they charged you tax?
They charge tax to use a credit card.
Oh, because you use a credit card. Yeah, well.
But then it was 40 for Lauren, which you helped me out with. So thank you. And then, then 12 for the pop.
Yeah. So yeah, you're at 160, 172, $172, but it's worth easily that much right now. So you're in good shape. House of G Fam says, love the art pop, John. Nice going.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hi, everybody. If I didn't say hi before.
Yeah. OGP, did you watch The Purge 4 and 5 yet? I have not, Antonis. And I looked for them. I was looking for them at Amoeba Records. They did not have them. Brent Mania, what's going on? Some are saying third one is the best. Well, that's funny you mentioned that, Fluff, about some people saying the third one are the best because we got some video from David Howard Thornton himself. The video you saw at the very, very beginning of the show here. I'm going to play. It's 1 minute and 37 seconds long. So I'm going to play Art right now. Or David Howard Thornton talking about Terrifier 3 for 1.5 minutes here. Check it out, everybody.
Very watery. And I think it's flying, all the flying we're doing. 80 on a 8x10 or 90 on the bigger item.
So how excited are you for 3 to come out?
Oh, very much so. I did the same thing.
Is 3 the best one yet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I firmly believe
You say that with the utmost certainty.
Huh? I don't know.
That second trailer is amazing.
Oh,
The first one was good, the teaser, but the second one was amazing.
oh, just wait. That didn't show
Nice.
me anything.
Nice.
I mean, like I was sitting there, like the opening scene.
Thank you so much.
I've seen the rough cut of it before, but I was watching after they did all the sound design. I was like,
Nice.
it's
Nice.
It's an opening.
Nice.
Yeah, when do you know who Drew Morvick is?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're friends with him, and he had a screening of the first Terrifier in Vegas.
Nice.
And I'd never heard of the movie. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. It just looked cool for the poster. And I went to it, loved it. Then part 2 came out, loved it even more. And now I can't wait till part 3. It's now one of my favorite
Part
slasher
3 is my
series.
favorite one. We
Thank you.
just took the best parts of 1 and 2 and
Nice.
And it's a
and
Christmas
added
movie.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas horror is the best. Yes.
it's got the
There he is. There he is. Art the Clown himself, David Howard Thornton. What a great guy. He is such a phenomenal actor. Going from happy, goofy to pure evil so quick. Such a great job there. And nice mention there, John. Yeah, with the way you found the franchise, that was kind of cool. I think you had mentioned that to me before at one point, but good stuff.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, this is my little collection here. So I got this, which All Hallows Eve, which has 2 short films with Art the Clown.
Okay.
Damien Leone just produced the second one. He doesn't have anything in it, but this has the original 2 with a different actor playing Art the Clown. That's
Gotcha.
pretty cool.
I have his autograph, that original Art the Clown.
Oh, wow. That would be awesome to get. And then I did mention to Damien, I said, I kept saying meats, but I said, yeah, I'm a fan of Frankenstein versus the Mummy. And he goes, oh, you like that? And I said, yeah, I enjoyed it. He goes, oh, if you like this, then you're going to really like Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. And this is one of his first films. It's on here with a found footage film called The Frankenstein Theory, which is also pretty good.
Nice.
And then, of course, my, Terrifier Blu-ray, DVD. And then I had to get Terrifier 2 on Blu-ray.
Nice.
So it was, and then this was the poster that I was going to have signed.
Yeah.
This is the one. And then you gave me the holder for it. So thank you. And yeah, Dread Central was the one that brought this out that Drew Marvick presented out here. So I'm a big Terrifier fan. I'm a big fan of all those people. And so I just can't wait. I really can't.
Nice. Brent Mania says, hello, all you legendary guys and gals. What's up, Brent? Fluffy says, yes, some are saying the third one is the best. That's what we're hearing. Horror Wombat, how long was Billy D. Williams' line? It wasn't too long. I think Billy D. Williams, while it was very cool to see him be in his presence, he was out of my budget. And here's the thing, the conventions don't set the prices. The guests set their prices. So this is not on Creep I.E at all, but he was $300. So his line wasn't too long. At times it was fairly short. Killer Care Bear, what's up? What's up? Daniel, what's going on, Daniel? How you been? Frank Castle, what up? What was a highlight for you at Creep I.E? Probably for me, it wasn't one highlight, but it was everything Mayans and Sons of Anarchy related, which I'm going to dive into that. I got some great stories. We're going to get into that in just a couple minutes here. But I would say Mayans, Sons of Anarchy. John, highlight of the convention for you.
Oh, Terrifier, especially meeting Damien Leone. So I'm always a bigger fan of the director than the actual actors, but it was great meeting all 3 of those people. So
nice. Fluffy says he watched his wallet get purged. Yes. Yeah, I have not seen Purge, but yes, our wallets got purged. And look at this, the legend himself, Anthony. What's up? Who had the most impressive mustache at Creep I.E? Was it Tom Atkins or Anthony? Everyone wants to know. Hey, Anthony, you were rocking it, bro. You had that fine stash going, but I think, and maybe we're kind of used to Tom Atkins having that big old bro stash going on. So I'll give the nod. I'll give the nod to Anthony on this one. John, did you notice Anthony's mustache or Tom's?
We had a few mustaches going there that looked pretty good. So it's, but Tom Atkins has the like, I think probably the best one there, because he's been keeping that stash for a while.
Yeah, he's kind of got like that Tom Selleck kind of thick.
Yeah,
although it's just pure white, but I'll give you the nod, Anthony. John will go with Tom. I'll go with Anthony. Bucker Brews, what's going on? Christian, how you doing? Mr. Bones, what's up, Mr. Bones? Antonis says David Howard Thornton is a Biden. Well, we're not worried about that, Antonis. It's all right. Everybody is allowed to root for whoever they want to root for. Meeting Hellboy, Ron Perlman was legendary. Yes, I'll tell you what. And maybe I'll pull this out right now, and we'll talk about this. Let's see here. Did they only do one signature for one payment? Yes, and that is standard at all conventions. If you want multiple autographs, you pay the fee multiple times. But so I went in there and I knew there was going to be some of the guys from the Mayans there. And last minute, they added Ron Perlman. And so I was like, ooh, man, I missed last time because I was sick. So I did not get any of the Sons of Anarchy people. But I love like Sons of Anarchy and Mayans. To me, it's like one big show, kind of like Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. It's that universe. And so, that franchise. And so I just love it all. And so I had to go meet those guys. And of course, Ron Perlman being one of them. And so we'll start with this then. Look at that. I'm going to try and ditch the glare.
Ooh, you got it framed.
There. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, the second I get home, I frame. But Ron Perlman and Emilio Rivera have signed this one. And so Ron Perlman wrote Clay, and this is actually like a screen grab from Sons of Anarchy, because we know the other gentlemen were not in Sons, they were in Mayans. And so now I just have to get Charlie if I ever get to see Charlie again. But dual signed here with Emilio and Ron. And Ron wrote Clay, and Emilio wrote Always. Wait. What did he write? I'm having trouble reading it. Something Mayans MC. Maybe Always ALU. I can't read the top one. I'll have to figure that out. But he signed it and then wrote something Mayans MC. So which is badass. But I can't figure it out. But we know man, Emilio Rivera, what an absolute legend, what a great dude. So cool in person. He was friendly and talking, and I have a fun story about Emilio. When I met him, we were talking for a minute, and I went over and was doing the selfie with him. And so, we're kind of talking about Mayans ending, and he's like, yeah, well, I told him, man, I'm drawing a blank. What did they call him in Mayans? Why am my brain is fried right now? Whatever his character was called, not El Presidente. That was just whoever was president. El Padrino. Is that what he wrote here? No, he didn't write El Padrino, but they called him El Padrino. So El Padrino did not die at the end of Mayans. He survived. And so, he's off doing his thing. He wasn't at the bust at the end of the show. So I told him,
spoilers.
Show's been over for a couple years. If you haven't seen it,
next thing you're gonna do is tell me the twist ending to The Empire Strikes Back.
I know, right? My bad. But I told him, I go, yeah, with El Padrino being alive, they could really do another season. Because he goes, there was more meat on the bone. We could have done at least another season. I was like, I agree. I truly agree. There should have been at least one more kind of matchup, with Sons. But anyways, I told him, I go, yeah, your character's still alive. They should have done something about El Padrino going around kind of picking up the pieces, maybe trying to get another club off the ground or something down there, because that club was decimated in the shootout with the cops and everything at the end. So he goes, you know what? I like that. I was like, yes. So if they ever bring it back and they ever do another season, I'm going to take all the credit if it's about him putting the club back together afterwards. So, but he really liked it. And I thought that was cool. But getting to meet him was great. Just such a down-to-earth dude. I know he's done some other things. And he is just a genuinely good human being. Emilio is. And this is not to knock Ron. Ron was great. He looked tired. He looked like he wanted to go sit down. But he signed. He was very friendly. And, he comes up and, he's like, what do you say? How you doing, brother? Something like that. And got to take a picture with him and stuff. And just absolute legend. I know Hellboy and so many other things from Ron Perlman. But, for me, it's all about Sons of Anarchy. being that I'm just such a big fan of those shows. Is it because I ride a motorcycle? I don't know, but I just love those shows. And I hadn't even seen Sons until like 3 or 4 seasons in, and then everybody kept telling me watch it, and then I fell in love. So, John, have you ever seen Sons of Anarchy or Mayans?
No, I know of Sons of Anarchy, and I didn't know that Mayans existed until the convention, to be honest. So, but I do have to tell Wet Movie One that, my God, is it cold in here? It is freezing in here. My nipples are hard.
Oh, yeah, I got
guys.
No, and I'm not even that far. I'm still way up at Kill the Care Bear asking about Ron Perlman. So I'll get caught up with the comments in just a second, but let me tell you about this. So it's very cool meeting Emilio Rivera, talking about the what would they do? Because I love the ideas. What would, what's a good alternate ending, or if they did another season, or if they did a sequel or whatever. I love talking about the possibility. So talking about that for a minute with Emilio Rivera is great. But then I also got to meet Michael Irby and JD Pardo. Man, this was so cool. And to have them both sign this. So, and sorry, I'm trying to fight off the glare there. But so JD is right there. And he signed it, JD Pardo, and wrote easy. And then over here, Michael Irby signed it and wrote Bishop, his character's name. But these guys all were presidents, and so were all these guys. So this is actually 5 different presidents between the Sons of Anarchy and Mayans franchise. All these guys were president at one time or another of their club. And talking to JD Pardo, he had a very fun story about the filming of Roadhouse. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but the beginning of Roadhouse I thought was very funny. But he's telling me how they had him out in this, in the lake where he gets eaten by the alligator. Again, spoiler alert. Sorry, it's the beginning of the movie though. But they put him in like this wash tub or wash tub kind of thing that was, kind of moving. And then they had divers around him in case anything went wrong. But he was like, it was so crazy, like actually being out there in the water, and it kind of freaked him out a little bit, but he was just laughing, had such a good time. And I'm telling you, JD Pardo, the whole weekend, he was sitting there. He looked like a kid in a candy store. He was smiling and having so much fun. And I just love that. I love seeing celebrities enjoy meeting the fans and hanging out with people and appreciating being there. Now, and again, there you get some actors, like Ron here, who they're older and they're tired, they just kind of want to sit down. The young bucks like JD, they're great. And so he was an absolute blast. But then, oops, I'm pointing backwards here, and I'm sorry, the glare sucks. It's so hard with the glare. But with Michael Irby, who was great in Mayans, but also he was amazing in Barry. And now, have you seen Barry, John?
No, I know of the show, but he's a very nice man, and I did get to talk to him a little bit about Fast and Furious, which
yes.
I do like. So he was in 2 movies of that. So that was fun to talk to him. All these guys were nice. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on their names. I'm not sure of all of them. The one guy who was eaten in Roadhouse by the alligator, what's his name?
JD Pardo.
When you were with him getting the stuff signed and all that, I was watching the people around, and all of a sudden all these moms came up and started taking pictures of him, and they're just like, oh my God, he's gorgeous. Look at him. Look, there he is. And they were like just swarming around that area as they noticed him. And it was just like this collection of soccer moms kind of grouping together, Googling him, the woman gaze, I guess. If there's a male gaze, I guess there could be a female gaze. And they were really checking him out.
Yeah, well, he is the younger heartthrob actor, and he's been in a bunch of different things now. So you kind of understand, you really do. But I do have a little clip here, and it's very short. This one of Michael Irby signing this picture right here. This is just 15 seconds, so just check this out.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
I was starting to
So
write one
cool.
king on these, but then these guys got on mad.
So they called it the Four Kings because there was four of them. Just kind of hide. How we do this? Hide Charlie, and all four of these guys were there. So it was the Four Kings. So he was writing, one king, messing with them, and I love how they all joked and they were such good friends. You could tell it was like like they became real brothers on the set of Mayans over the years. But now Bishop talking to him, talking to Michael Irby about Barry and Mayans, because he was filming both of those shows simultaneously. And so I told him that I what I really appreciate about his acting is his range, because in Barry, he's like, this kind of over the top, gay guy. And then in Mayans, he's like this, rough around the edges, hardcore biker president. So, like ruthless killer kind of guy. So two very different types of characters that he played. And, he appreciated the comment and stuff. But man, we sat there and talked for probably had to been like 15 minutes just talking to him. Yeah. About Fast 5 and Fast X and some of the other things he's done. And I guess he's got another movie coming up before too long, which, forgive me, I don't remember the name, but do you remember the name of the movie he said he's got coming, John?
I don't, but I do remember him discussing it. Yeah. I just don't remember.
Great guy, great actor, and I'm so thrilled to have all four of their autographs here on these two. And so I'm gonna put these up on the wall, right up there. That right above my finger, there's a black and white. That's Katie Seagal and Charlie Hunnam right there. It's signed by Katie Seagal. It's not signed by Charlie. I wanted to get that signed at Creep I.E Con in February, but I wasn't able to make it. So, but I'll put these up there. And Ozzy, unfortunately, I have an Ozzy Osbourne framed album with the comic book that came out at San Diego Comic Con a couple of years ago. I wanted to get that signed by Ozzy, but he's been hit or miss. But the problem is now, even when Ozzy does do signings, I heard it's like over $600 to get in the room.
Oh,
and then you have to pay like another, I think $500 to get his autograph.
Oh,
yeah. So for
Ozzy,
Ozzy,
he is Billy D. Williams,
right? Well, I mean, he is the fucking Prince of Darkness. So, I mean, if you're Ozzy Osbourne, you're like the goat, the goat of heavy metal. Yeah.
But remember that from the Osbournes, like the only episode I ever watched is him walking around with his hands like this as he's telling Sharon that he's the Prince of Darkness, but he's like,
The Osbournes was a great show. I own, I think, all the seasons. Absolutely loved it. Ozzy is a legend. I love him. He's getting old and he's had a long, crazy life, but is what it is. It's still fun to watch him playing. But so here we go. I want to dive back into some more of the comments, try and get caught up here, and then we'll move on to some other autograph things. Let's see here. Where were we at? Sorry. Daniel says, OGP, how you been? Doing very well, very well. Man, what a great weekend, everything. So it's hard to complain after a weekend like that. Let's see here. I watched the Terrifier panel yesterday, and Damien said he may not be able to finish the whole story with Terrifier 4, may split it into 2 movies, or call the second half Terrifier 5. Interesting. And that's, you know what? So yesterday, I mean, we spent so much money, and I had, some other things going on and stuff. So we didn't make it there yesterday. But I'll tell you, if I had made it, I would have loved to have been in that panel to kind of, hear them talk and stuff, and getting to know them a little bit more by meeting them in person, and getting, David was just so friendly. If you watch the live stream from Friday night that I did there at Creep I.E, you will see we talked to Lauren Well, John was there and getting his autograph. And so John was talking to her, and I kind of entered myself into the conversation. And she was just amazing, wonderful, sweet, and, very passionate about the franchise. So it's hard not to root for them or be fans of them. So what was your thoughts on her, John?
I thought that all three of them were incredibly nice. She was very nice. And I put up on Twitter X, whatever you want to call it. I did a couple posts about the convention, and she shared it, which was nice. So I think it's my first post to ever be shared by a celebrity, I guess you could say.
Nice.
And so that was pretty cool. But she was very sweet. She was a very nice person. If I knew then what I know now, I would have bought a second Art the Clown Funko Pop and had the rest of the cast sign it. I probably would have maybe bought Art with the flower sunglasses and had, like the little girl from part 2, Art's companion, and then her brother. And I think there was maybe only 2 people there. But if I knew then, I would have had everybody sign it. But if you could afford that and were intending on doing that, I would have told you, I would have beat you senseless if you were getting them on a Funko. I would have told you, no, stop, get them on your poster, because you want to be able to display them all. Because right now, when you're sitting there, if it's sitting there, you'll only be able to see Art the Clown's autograph. You won't be able to see the other 2. So if you're going to get them all, definitely get them on a poster. Maybe, what if I get one of those things that turns food? and it could sit here and do this.
There you go. There you go. Rotating Art the Clown Funko.
Yeah.
Oh man. No. I mean, but seriously though, if you're going to get a cast signed, you want to get the poster so you can display them all. But and that's where I have something else over here. Leads me to maybe showing something else, is that I got this Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 poster right here, signed by Bob Elmore, who, he goes, I'm not an actor, I'm a stuntman. Well, fair enough. And, rightfully allowed to be proud of being a stuntman. But in my mind, he was, the Leatherface in part 2. So I consider him a bit of an actor as well. But I got this because I'm thinking one day I would like to get Mr. Chop Top, Bill Moseley, to sign this as well. And I also got him to sign a Funko. So there's Leatherface with Bob Elmore on that. So I'm trying to collect all my favorite horror franchises with a Funko with like the lead or one of the main people signing it. So this is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy to have Leatherface signed Funko. Well, no, he did. Yes. No, but at least it's not like an alternate autograph. Yes, he did. He wrote on the side here, the Saw is family right there. So,
which I love. I like that it's almost like a second signature, that you paid for one, and then he's like, well, let me flip it and I'll write something look kind of cool on the side there.
Yes. And he was such a great guy.
Very nice.
Just sitting there. He was only charging $30 for his autograph. Very, very cheap for a celebrity autograph right there. So to get Bob Elmore on a Leatherface Funko and on the Texas Chainsaw 2, total 2 autographs for $60. So a steal in my mind. And that's where, I would have, if I was you, I would have said, get Art on the Funko and then get the entire cast on the poster is what I would recommend. So $300 for an autograph is ridiculous, even for Lando. Horror Wombat, I get it, but there's people out there that charge a lot more than that. As I hate to say it, and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus that I know who's a big autograph collector who may have bought some for more than that. But I'm not going to throw them under the bus. But there are people that charge more than that. But once you get that autograph, especially if it's signed by multiple people, that is worth a pretty penny. So did Juliette Lewis have a radio play in music while she was signing? So she walked up and boom, immediately hit play. So when I went up to try and get her to sign during my live stream, there was music playing, and immediately the live stream got red flagged, and I got yelled at by YouTube for that. But I do have a little clip. I did not get Juliet while I was getting stuff signed, but I got her. Well, one clip that I'm not going to show you all because I don't want to, spoil anything from Wet Movie One's video, which is coming up. I don't know when he's going to release it. We'll ask him here in a minute. But I got this from the table there at Juliet Lewis.
Yeah, look at her there. There she is there. Signing stuff. Juliet Lewis. Legend. Where's Woody Harrelson? She needs Woody Harrelson here with her. I'm going to talk to Nick, get Woody Harrelson.
Man, yeah, very cool. She is like, at first you kind of look at her and you're like, oh man, she seems kind of grumpy or something, but that's just her. That's just her vibe. She's kind of like, just whatever, go with the flow. Not stressing on anything, and so I just, at first I was like, ooh, is she, grumpy or whatever, but she's just cool. She's just down to earth, no nonsense, no bullshit. Just going to tell you how it is. But she did. Yeah, she was hitting play. I think when I recorded that, she started the music like right after that. So, everybody else who went up tried to get video had music on. Now, did you go see? I know you did not get her autograph, John, but did you go up and get a close look at Juliet Lewis?
I did. I went in a few times and just to kind of check it out. And I'm a fan of Yellow Jackets and of course, Natural Born Killers, and I like California with a K, and of course, Christmas Vacation and Cape Fear, and God, the list just goes on when you think about it.
Yes.
But yeah, at first she did seem a little like type of thing. Like and then all of a sudden, boom, it was like something clicked. And all of a sudden she was signing posters and going, oh, who's that? Oh, who's that? Oh, what's that? What color do you want me to use? How do you want me to sign this? And then she came to life and then started kind of, putting her arm around people and hugging people. And I think it just took her a second to click into it.
Yeah.
And she ended up seeming like a very nice person. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And that's, if you go back and watch the live stream from Saturday, you don't get to see her during this conversation, but you can hear, I set the phone down so I could get the autograph done. And she's talking about like living in the mountains and kind of like trying to just get away from, people and stuff as much as she can and everything. But I had a nice conversation with her. It was great. Unfortunately, I don't have it on video, but you get to hear it during that live stream. So yeah, she was cool. I was really excited to meet her. And so I got her autograph, and then I had to get back in line and go get another autograph for Mel from My Killer Podcast. And that is already in the mail and on the way to Mel. So hopefully she is very happy with that. She said that Natural Born Killers is one of her favorite movies. So she absolutely wanted some. So I did her a little solid there, and she PayPal'd me the money and stuff. So very cool. Very happy to be able to help out a friend. This is not an invitation for everybody to start going, hey, OGP, I'm going to send you some money. Can you get me this, and this? The Wet Movie One knows how that feels when you have like 10 people wanting stuff from you. So it was one, she was the first one to ask. And so I was like, okay. But Logan, what's going on, Logan? How you doing? Nick B, you ever seen Stacy Nelkin from Halloween 3 at a con? I don't think so. Hulk Hogan has a better mustache. Well, there you go. There you go. And yeah, Wet Movie One, is it cold over there? Yes. So now I get it. So we went out to eat after the convention, and the air conditioning was kicking in high, and it was blowing right down on John. I was a little cold too.
And I'm from Las Vegas, and so normally it's boiling out here, and I got like 2 air conditioners going and like 2 fans. I don't know what it was. I was freezing. It was like hitting right on me, and it was putting me into a mood kind of. But Wet Movie One imitated me perfectly, and I appreciate that. And I realized that I was being a whiny little bitch, and I deserved it. So
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You're owning it, and I'm sure Wet Movie One appreciates that.
yeah, it
No,
was
he-
funny.
he-
It was
he did.
perfect. It was
Yeah.
a perfect
No,
invitation to me.
we had a nice dinner. It was nice. It took a little long to get the food, but that's okay. It is what it is. Antonis says, how long did you have to wait in line for David Howard Thornton? We got lucky because, with our badges, we didn't have to stand in the long line anyways. But when we rolled up, there was just like 4 people ahead of us. There was one guy getting a bunch of things signed. But I mean, hey, all's fair. If you had the money to go get all that stuff signed too, go for it. So it took a little while, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, all in all, from the time we jumped in his line, we had our autographs and we're on our merry way, probably about 20
Big
minutes
B.
later. So, love Ron Perlman in Hellboy movies. Yes, Ron is great. James has lots of cucumbers and whatever eggplants there. All right, all right. Hey, do you think we cringed out the waiter? No. Wet, when you cringed out the
Cringed
waiter.
out the yeah, we were fine.
You did, yes. No, you did. Talking about what you were going to do to the bathroom and stuff. So yeah, but he was cool. The waiter, he had a good time with us. So we had a blast.
So.
Yeah. Daniel says, I couldn't get into Mayans. Wasn't the same feeling to Sons, but I saw that Charlie wants to come back as Jax. Well, I would love it. Who knows? I mean, we see at the end of Sons, we see Jax splat onto the front end of that semi truck. I mean, I guess you could say it was a dream. And so like one of the things that Michael Irby was saying was that during the shootout with the cops at the end, you never actually see him die. He kind of runs out of the room, and it's just kind of anticipated because outside you hear all the gunfire and everything, and the cops going in, you see that. So it was kind of insinuated that his character died, but I mean, you could theoretically find a way to bring back Michael Irby. You could bring back Bishop. You could bring back Jax. I mean, if you said that him killing himself was a dream, and El Padrino is still, he was off doing his own thing. So, I mean, you have those 3 main characters that you could easily bring back. Plus, there was plenty of other characters in Sons that didn't die at the end. So, you could do something fun with that, and I would not be mad if they did. Mutant Chronicles was a good movie with Ron Perlman. I don't know that movie. Have you seen that movie, John?
No, but I know of it. Yeah.
Okay. Steve Mares, what's going on, Steve? How you doing? Jude says Bam went back to jail for breaking his probation. OGP for drinking alcohol or something. Yeah, I think he actually got a DUI. I think he was drinking and driving, if I heard correctly. So I'm torn now because I have Bam's autograph over here, which I'm glad I got it, because who knows how many more times we'll have an opportunity to see Bam at a convention to get his autograph. And I hope his life turns around. And we keep saying that, and it looks like it's going to, and then it falls off the rails again. But I hope Bam gets his stuff together and gets life on the right track. And Bam was always complaining about his ex not allowing him to see his son, and that really drives him nuts. Now, is that really what's really driving him to substance abuse, or is that an excuse, or is it a combination of things? Who knows? I hope he gets it together and gets his life back on track so he can be there for his son when his son grows up. Hopefully I'll get to meet Michael Irby one day. I love Barry. Barry was phenomenal. If anybody out there hasn't seen Barry, you are missing out. It is one of the greatest shows of all time. It's phenomenal. Fluffy says Wet Movie 1 and John holding hands like they're walking on the yellow brick road. Yeah. Where do we see that? You guys were like there. You were doing something a little funny at one point. I seem to remember.
You were recording, and Wet Movie 1 had to go to the bathroom, so I was escorting him to the bathroom.
That's right. Nice. Nice. Oh man, hilarious. Fast 5 was great. I wouldn't know.
Oh, I would.
No, would you?
I would.
So now, before we went in, and I was mentioning Michael Irby, you were like kind of unsure who his character was or whatever. seeing him in person, did that jar your memory, or are you?
I mean, kind of, yeah, because in there's so many people in these movies, and
Yeah.
like he had mentioned, he had to do makeup for Fast 10 because it's like a flashback.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yes, I would say yeah, but I couldn't exactly tell you what character he is because there's like 10 main people in this film. So, you
Yeah.
know, unless you're Vin Diesel, I
Yeah.
it's hard.
Well, and they said, and in the pictures I saw, he had shorter hair and was younger looking, didn't have the grays in the beard and stuff. So he probably looked very different. But if you watch it again, you'd be like, oh, okay. So, but
Yeah.
what a great dude. What a great dude. I bet he would sign his autograph if you brought him a burrito.
Oh, I think that's about Ozzy.
Oh, Ozzy. Oh, yes. Do you want a burrito? Do you want a burrito? It's one of the episodes.
Give me a burrito.
Very funny. Ozzy's minimum cost to be hired for a private event is $600,000, and the maximum is $870. What I just saw from looking it up. Wow. Yeah, 600 grand. So, I mean, so if you're charging 600 just to get in the room, so there's, I mean, you still need at 100 people, that's 60,000. So you need like 1,000 people to cover that. You need 1,000 people. And here's the thing, is Ozzy going to be able to hold out for that? So no, you really need 600, and then you need another 600. So you can get away with 600 to get in the room, 600 for his autograph. And then, and then you only need 500 people to sign. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Yeah, that's too expensive. I would love to have Ozzy's autograph, but I am not spending that kind of money. You'll never recoup that money in this lifetime. Maybe, 100 years from now or something, your descendants would, but not you. According to available information on Ozzy Osbourne, autograph and signing event costs between $200 to $500, depending on the event. Yep. So Brent Mania, I have those numbers sound right for most people. But the information I had got, I don't know if it's 100% accurate or whatever, but I have friends and like Web Movie One knows people that are in and around the autograph community all the time. So like there was an event and it was supposed to be the Osbourne family in there. You had an opportunity to get Jack and what's the daughter's name? Sharon, Jack, and whatever the daughter's name is. They were all going to be in a room, but you had to pay $600 just to get in the room. Then you had to get like a $500 autograph from him. So yeah, crazy. For rare items or personal memorabilia, and so rare items or personal memorabilia, they seem to jack up the price on that stuff. Mark Hamill charges bare minimum 400. Yeah, it's some of these guys, they're getting expensive. They really are. Ever listen to Juliet?
Hey, Christian.
I have listened to some of Juliette Lewis's music. Have you ever heard her music, John?
Just from movie stuff, like Strange Days and a couple soundtracks.
Okay.
So
yeah, I went on YouTube and was kind of listening to her stuff, and it's fun. It's kind of a little leaning toward like punkish kind of stuff. But it was fun. I don't know that it's music that I'm gonna like ride down the street rocking the whole CD or anything, but in person at a live show, I think I'd be all about it. Are you a fan of her dad, Jeffrey Lewis?
Yes.
Who's
massive.
Jeffrey Lewis? What has he done?
I know. So he was in like Salem's Lot, the original Salem's Lot.
Oh,
he's been in a ton of movies. I knew him as when I was a kid, and everybody thinks I keep talking about Smokey and the Bandit, and it's not. It's and I'm not sure if it was you, but somebody looked it up with me while we were live, and he played a character called Snowman, and he was a cocaine runner, and he had a big semi truck that was filled with coke, and he was bringing it from A to B, and it was a TV thing that I saw him on. And we finally figured out what the title is, and now I can't remember it. But if I saw it or heard it, I would say, yeah, that's it. But that's how I know him. Was this little kid, probably 10 years old, maybe 12 years old, loving this guy named Snowman that's transporting cocaine.
Okay. And what movie was that?
You would have to go down the list. It was in the 70s because I was a little kid.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. Well, and that's I'm looking for. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, come on, IMDb. Trying to find him here. So, oh, maybe it's okay. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, that's her dad. Oh, no shit. I didn't know that was her dad. Okay. It looks like maybe her grandfather was an actor too. Okay. No. Oh yeah. No, he's great. So, all right. Yeah, man. Seen him in a ton of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, going all the way back. Wow. When did he start acting? We're in the 60s. Wow. But yeah, definitely. Yes. He's great. But, man, yeah, I don't want to like get too far off topic. There's still so much to talk about from Creep I.E. But he was in an episode of Mork and Mindy too. That's cool. But he's done so much. I'm like scrolling through trying to get to like stuff that I'm recognizing. But oh yeah, he was in Blue Thunder. Oh, the TV show. Okay. Oh, and Night of the Comet. Okay. Wow. Yep. No, love him. He's great. I did not know. I didn't put that together.
Yeah, he was one of the heads of the lab. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. He learns something every day. Yeah. Yeah, Nick, we could dive into that another. Let's see. He has been in 228 movies. That's why I'm not scrolling through them all right now. Nocturno says she was talking to me about Metallica due to my shirt. Nice. Telling me that James and her are in a new movie together. Oh, she's in that movie with James. I heard about that. I know James is in a movie, but I did not know she was in that. Let's see. When is it coming out and stuff? Upcoming. Here we go. I don't know which one it would be. Huh. Well, let me look at James Hetfield, I guess. That may be easier. So James is going to be The Thicket. So I think it's called The Thicket. Coming out sometime this year. Oh yeah, with Peter Dinklage and Juliette Lewis also. West Texas, a boy who, after his sister is kidnapped by a violent killer known only as Cutthroat Bill, enlists a fierce bounty hunter named Reginald Jones, who becomes the leader of the group of outcasts searching for the stolen girl. Okay, so they're trying to get the girl back. Do we have a release date? Oh, is it already out? I think maybe it's already out. I'm not seeing release date, but it's showing rent buy on Amazon Prime for $10. How about them apples? Okay. Well, The Thicket with Peter Dinklage, Juliette Lewis, and James Hetfield. How cool is that? Something new to watch. Hey, OGP, if I'll give you a burrito, get an Aussie signature. Right. There you go. Mutant Chronicles, definite pickup. Nice. What genre is that? I don't even know.
Sci-fi.
Okay. Mutant Chronicles. Oh, with Thomas Jane and Ron Perlman and John Malkovich. Fuck off. Oh, I gotta have that. Wow. Oh man. Okay, man. I gotta add to my list. I'll have to put that on the list. Wow, how cool is that? So, any other experiences or any other fun stuff that we haven't mentioned yet, John? That you experienced this weekend? Anything you wanted to talk about? I've been leading the conversation just to try and keep things flowing because I still got a pile of shit we got to talk about.
I mean, it was just I haven't been to a convention in a while. This is the first time that I've gone to this one. Yeah. It was just, Friday night was great because there was barely anybody there, so we could get a lot of the autographs, or at least the ones that I wanted, very quickly. And then the next day, hanging out, with like Wet Movie 1 and Cool Duder and you and it was just a Nocturno and stuff. It was just really fun. It was fun meeting some of these celebrities, even if it was only for a minute. But it was fun. It was just a fun time. So that, not much more to discuss, because I'm not an autograph person, really. I like to get some, but like I want Michael Bay on my Optimus Prime, Funko Pop. But that's, that's maybe 1 out of 5 people I'd like to have sign something. So
nice. You're better off that way. Save your money. Wet Movie 1 says, oh, my video from Creep I.E is up now for channel members. So if you're a channel member, you could watch Wet Movie 1's video tonight when we're done here, because you got to stay here. And if you would hit that thumbs up for fun, please. Please, yeah, if you would hit the thumbs up button. It helps out the channel quite a bit just by doing that simple little thing. I would really appreciate it. I love you forever, Kay. Thank you. Bye. Actually, don't go bye. She'll be up in a day or two for everyone else. So if you want to see it tonight, become a Wet Movie 1 channel member. Mario, what's up? Did you see a new show called Penguin? I've not watched it yet. I know like at least the first episode is out. I've not seen it yet, though. I very much looking forward to it. But I do want to talk about something else here real quick before I forget. This is very, very interesting to me, because this kind of came out of nowhere. I was not expecting this, and I'm going to pull this up real fast here. Let's see here. I got to share this screen. Bum, 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 bum. I think we're okay there. Creep I.E Con is happening January 31st to February 2nd. Creep I.E Aftermath will be happening in September 25. But the folks behind Creep I.E have added a third convention, May 3rd and May 4th of 2025 in Palm Springs will be the Retro Palm Springs show. And it seems, I think it is, let's see here. And rewind time with us on Cinco de Mayo weekend in the Coachella Valley with our brand new event, Retro Palm Springs, a nostalgic fan convention celebrating the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s pop culture. Event takes place at the beautiful Palm Springs Convention Center, which I have been to and is not too far from me. So I love that. And I cannot wait to see what the guest list is. But if you don't follow them already, Creep I.E, the links are down below. It is going to be a lot of fun. I tell you that because Creep I.E Con and Creep I.E Aftermath are always a blast. But Creep I.E is now, and it's not Creep at all. It's just Retro Palm Springs, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s pop culture. Very excited about that. John, are you pretty much a horror movie fan? Are you into the 80s, 90s, like kind of rewind stuff, retro stuff, or just horror and sci-fi? Or what's your favorite genres? Or just tell us a little bit about John Ward. And at some point, I'll shut up and let you actually talk.
I'll make it very fast. I mean, I'm old, so my time was the 80s. So I love everything 80s, from film to music. I love slasher films. I seem to be more into science fiction these days. I just think that you could do interesting sci-fi horror. But I will always be a horror fan. So it's, but I mean, my favorite film is The Graduate from 1967. So what does that say?
There you go. Yeah.
So
nice. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what their guest list is. Antonis says, has a horror actor in general ever requested $1,000 for an autograph? Not to my knowledge. Maybe, but I don't know. I've never heard of that, Antonis. And has an actor at a convention ever made you pay for an autograph or picture in the single digits before. Oh, like $5 or $10. Not since I've been going, but John, you remember back in the day when that happened. And Antonis, thank you very much for the super chat there, homeboy. Yeah, sorry, I just hadn't got caught up. I would have read them, hadn't got there yet. But John, you remember way back in the day when autographs were a lot cheaper, right?
Yeah, I'm 57, and yeah, you could walk into Fangoria convention for $20, and there was everything was free. All the shows were free, all the everything was free, and you could bring in your own posters and pictures, and sometimes you had to kind of make a deal. I remember Monique Gabrielle, I wanted her to sign my Not of This Earth poster. And because I had Tracy Lords and a bunch of other people on it. And she goes, "Oh, that's a Jim Wynorski film," because they used to date. And I'm just like, "Well, yeah, but it's good. You're good in it. You're fun." And she goes, "I tell you what, I'll sign your poster. You buy my still, like an 8x10 of her. She's in like a bikini." And I'm like, "But you sign your picture, right?" She goes, "Yeah." So it was like $5, maybe $10. And you got a signed 8x10 of her looking all hot in a bikini, and then she signed my poster for me. So it was very simple. Yeah,
nice.
Wasn't like it is today. So
yeah, man, printing a picture alone costs $5 today. So it's a different time. But Creep I.E look kind of slow this year. The economy is kind of hard right now. Well, Wicked Network, I think maybe the economy has something to do with it, but I don't know. I have no idea. All I can tell you is I love Nick and I love Anthony. They're great dudes. I don't know what goes on at all behind the scenes with the convention, but I do know they posted a low ticket warning a long time ago, and I don't know if it sold out or if they got close to selling out or where that was, but they were very close to selling out a while back for Saturday. So based on what I heard about February and how crazy it was, I wonder, maybe did they sell less tickets this time with the intention of improving the fan experience? Because this was, I feel like I got hairs coming out of here, it's driving me nuts. The lines were very, very fan friendly. So I had a great time, and I would have almost rather the lines were longer, so I would have bought less autographs.
Oh,
but I don't have the patience to stand in some of those really long lines, but would have saved me some money, because I would have been like, line's too long. But these lines were not. It was like, go get them. When are you going to have this opportunity again? Jeffrey Lewis did spaghetti westerns too. Okay, right on. Yeah, I as soon as I saw his face, I'm like, I know him, but I had no idea that was her dad. That's kind of cool. A lot of Clint Eastwood films too. And you met him once. Nice. Very cool, Christian. Oh man, another Creep I.E convention. My poor wallet. Oh well, better than buying black tar heroin. Yeah, I would say yes.
Well,
I would say yes. I mean, heroin is,
black tar heroin though. Come on.
Don't knock it till you rock it.
That's right.
Oh man, I know. Can you believe it? Another convention. Ooh. I posted something earlier today saying I have a serious love-hate relationship with those guys. Love them, but my wallet hates them. I'm excited to see Brendan's video in a few days. My videos come out on Thursday, plus there'll be a review video as well, which is different to normal. Who was yours and John's favorite guests at Creep I.E? Ooh, that's a good question. John, who was your favorite guest? I think we already talked about your favorite moment, but do you have a favorite guest? One.
I'm gonna say two.
No, one.
Two.
One.
Two.
I'm okay. Say two.
Damian Leone, but I would probably say the most fun that I had with somebody was Tom Atkins. So probably Tom Atkins. If I had to pick one, it would be Tom Atkins. I didn't get an autograph or anything, but he was fun to talk to. He looked like he'd be great to just hang out with.
Tom was very fun. He was very fun. Yes. So favorite guest, that is so tough, because I loved Michael Irby. I loved JD Pardo. I loved Ron Perlman. David Howard Thornton was great. Even though I didn't get the autograph. Lauren was great. Bob Elmore was great, but he wasn't truly a guest. He was a guest of one of the vendors. But I think I'm going to go with just because of something he did that made him a legend, and that's Emilio Rivera. And I can't tell you what he did, but Emilio Rivera did something for someone that is beyond legendary. And he became one of my favorite, just forget actors. He became one of my favorite human beings. So I would say Emilio Rivera, even though, I mean, like, that's hard. You're talking about, I loved Mayans. I love all those guys. And the conversation that I had with Michael Irby, I'm like, how do I not say Michael Irby? He was just such a great dude and so humble, and just so happy to be a part of stuff, as far as different movies and stuff. But because of something that happened that unfortunately I can't talk about, I would say Emilio Rivera. Great human being all around. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. We're caught up. Sweet. I think we got so far behind, everybody quit asking questions. That works. It gave us a chance to get caught up.
Oh, okay, great. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
So with that in mind, I haven't even shown this. Here it is. My Juliette Lewis picture. She wrote Mallory Lives and then signed Juliette Lewis and then wrote big love. She loves me a lot, John. I hate to break it to you. I don't mean to brag, but she loves me a lot. There you go.
Well, she wrote it, so she must mean it. So
yeah, I'll take it. I will take it. She did not write big love on Mel's. She wrote something else on Mel's, but she wrote big love to me, and I will cherish this, and I will sleep with it at night, and I'll put it on a pillow right between me and my wife until she kicks me out of the house. Right? No, I kid, but she was awesome. And I was like, I'd spent so much money. I was like, I don't know if I can actually afford this or not. But then I was like, when am I going to be able to do this again? When am I going to see her at another convention? And I was like, I got to do it. I got to break down and I got to do it. And that was that. So I have it, and it's going to go somewhere up here right away. And look at this. Fearsome Figures in the house. What up, brother, man? Yes, Emilio Rivera is a legend. He is such a badass, man. And I just, maybe it's a good thing I didn't get to go in February. I was sick, because if I spent this much money this time, I can't imagine how much I would have spent in February too. So, but now we're in trouble. We're in trouble because before you know it, February is right around the corner. And I'll tell you, there's a massive convention going on in Vegas a couple weeks before Creep I.E. But that's okay, because the way I look at it is the Revenge of the Nerds are going to be there. Do I need Revenge of the Nerds autograph? I don't think so. Only one I'm going to get there is probably Roger Jackson, unless he's announced somewhere that I can get him. But February, the end of January, February is, I mean, like it is coming up on us before we know it. And then May, dude, I love the success the Creep I.E and Creep I.E Aftermath are having, and the fact that you've even said we're going to go and we're going to do Retro Palm Springs on top of that. Amazing, absolutely amazing. But man, we had such a great time this week. And for those of you who don't know, Nick, who and hopefully I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to, which I'll be very careful, but Nick is one of the gentlemen behind Creep I.E and Creep I.E Aftermath, and I'm guessing now Retro Palm Springs. I don't know. I haven't talked to him, but I believe, since it's all in the same poster. But Nick is also the owner of Fearsome Figures, which you can order stuff and pick it up at Art Sideshow in Montclair, or you can have it delivered to you or whatever. And the prices are ridiculously cheap. I will tell Nick till the day I die, I don't know how he makes everything so cheap, but Fearsome Figures, you see him comment. I do believe that is Nick over there. And I'll tell you, man, we had a phenomenal time. there are no other conventions that are going to have wrestling, that are going to have food trucks, that are going to have DJs, that are going to have live music, multiple bands, that are going to have panels, that are going to have that big of a guest list. I mean, Creep I.E, they have taken everything you find at conventions and gone, we're going to do that, and we're going to do it better. And I'll tell you, I've said this a couple times. I'm not even kidding when I say Creep I.E, and it's not because it's close to me. It is just my favorite convention. It just really is. I mean, you have, folks like, her name is Spirited Worlds, right? Is her Instagram. And I don't know if she wants her real name out there, but she was the one wearing the saw trap hanging out with us. She was like, drove out and get in a hotel just to hang out there, to be all there all weekend. That tells you, if people are willing to go, like, not guests, that are getting paid to be there, but just people visiting, convention goers that are like, I'm going to get a hotel so I can be there all weekend. That tells you something, because you don't normally see that. It's, you get into a convention, you get your autographs, boom, you scoot. Not a Creep I.E. There's way too much fun to be had. So, Nick, we love you, man. And we can't wait. And congrats on all the success that Creep I.E. Con has been having. Creep I.E. and Aftermath, of course. But man, so we've talked about autographs, Funkos, the posters. Have I shown everything on all that stuff? Yes. But I have not even talked about the movies I picked up there from some of the vendors. You mentioned yours. You got that really cool box set, and those are I've seen. I think, well, I don't even know if I've seen two of them. I know I've seen Burial Ground, but I'm not sure about the others.
You even have a shirt of it.
Burial Ground. I love Burial Ground. It's a phenomenal movie. Yes. But I picked up Voyage of the Rock Aliens, a Vinegar Syndrome release. And this is one that I've been wanting to see forever. So to find it, this was brand new, but I've already opened it, because I wanted to take a look at the reverse, the inside artwork and stuff there. But man, I absolutely was thrilled to see this and be able to pick it up. Let's see. I had a blast at Creep I.E. yesterday. Nice. And yeah, I think everybody did. I think everybody did. Sounds like House of G Fam had a great time there. And I haven't seen 90s in here yet. And I'm not talking 90s chick, like what movie One's Friend, but I forget his whole, he's got kind of a long name, but 90s, it was cool to meet him. And man, we got to meet some really cool people that I hadn't met before. Gilbert, who actually lives kind of close to me, was very cool. Who's always commenting on the videos and stuff. Got to meet him there. And man, so everybody had such a great time. So it was really cool. But Voyage of the Rock Aliens, Vinegar Syndrome release. Have you seen this, John?
No, I know of it. Now, why did you pick that?
Well, so this is a movie that when it came out from Vinegar Syndrome, I was on a video with Master Chaos, who is YouTuber, but movie director and everything. But he is a huge lover of like Vinegar Syndrome and the boutique labels, has a massive movie collection. And so when these companies are having these sales like Severin or Vinegar, he does videos. And I'll tell you, I wish maybe one day I'll get the amount of viewers he does on those, on his live streams. He gets hundreds of people watching his live streams because he's so knowledgeable about the Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, and like Arrow Video and those movies. So he was talking about this. He had not seen it. He did not expect it to be good. And I think he had a subscription or something at the time, but he got it. And he's like, I don't think I'm going to want that. So he told me he was going to sell it to me after he had a chance to watch it once so he could, review it. Well, after he watched it, he liked it so much he was going to keep it. So if Master Chaos likes a movie, I'm like, okay, that tells me something. I need to keep this movie. So, or I need to get me a copy of this movie. So Voyage of the Rock Aliens, I've heard it's pretty hysterical. It's goofy, over the top and stuff, but I cannot wait to watch it. So I am definitely going to be checking this out very, very soon. So that's why, and I've wanted it. And then when I saw it sitting there, I was like, no way. Okay, awesome. Grabbing myself a copy. And then Acción Mutante from the director Alex de la Iglesia, who brought us Perdita Durango, where did Perdita go? who brought us this and Day of the Beast. And so this is like not I don't think it's like it's an unofficial trilogy or whatever, but 3 movies now from Alex de la Iglesia that Severin has put out, and they had it on their booth, at their booth sitting there. And so I picked it up, and I cannot wait to check this out. This is one that Phat Samurai guy had heard about a while back. He knew it was coming, and he was excited about it. So here it is. Like, you have a guy in a wheelchair with like a machine gun in front of like a red star. What is going on here? I don't know, but it looks to be pretty fun. And if it's from Alex de la Iglesia, I'm sure it is going to be a wild ride. Have you seen any of the Alex de la Iglesia movies, Day of the Beast or Perdita Durango, John?
I know of Day of the Beast, and that's it.
Okay. It is, they're phenomenal. I highly recommend. I think you might be able to watch them like on Tubi or something. Highly recommend them. Perdita Durango is Javier Bardem and Rosie Perez. They're great. And then Axio Mutante. I don't know who stars in it. It's way too small to try and read right now, but I'll let everybody know. I'll be doing a review on this very soon. So there's that. And that kind of wraps up what I've picked up there. But we got this bookmark from an author there. And you were there, right, when he was telling us about his books?
Yes.
Yeah. So The Last Rite and The Baby Eater and Intergalactic Space Force, which I don't know if that's a spoof on common time or current events or whatever, but Spectral Ink. I'll put up there, see if I get it close enough, anybody could scan that QR if they want. But I'll try and get their link down below after we're done with this video here. But indie authors, they're indie authors instead of indie filmmakers. They're indie authors. And what he was saying about his books sounded kind of fun, right? Do you remember the story he was telling, what the book was about?
I don't. The books, from what he described, sounded interesting. The covers looked interesting. He showed us some like 3D figures that were taken from the book that were on display that were pretty cool.
Yeah.
So his books seemed interesting. They would catch my eye if I was at a bookstore.
Yeah. No, they did. They looked great. The artwork looked great. The t-shirts looked great. So there's a lot of good stuff going on there. But so also Fear Farm was there. They were the one with the haunt at Creep I.E. And their haunt is always fun. It's up in Phelan, California. And Haunted Hayride, 3 haunted houses, zombie hunt, flight and fright, Corona, California. Did Fear Farm move? Are they not up in? I'm gonna have to go look this up. I'll have to tell you guys about this later. Did they move? Are they not in Phelan anymore? Haunted Hayride, 3 haunted houses. It says in Corona now. They were always up in Phelan. Interesting. They did. Thank you, Nick. Awesome. Well, this is awesome because they're even closer. And I typed in something that I hoped everybody would drive up the hill to go see them. Well, that's awesome. In Corona, now you have no excuse, and this is funny. It's at SC Village. No way. Okay. Wow. How cool is that? So there you go. Fear Farm. And look up Fear Farm IE. I think that's what they call themselves, Fear Farm IE. But man, I've been up the hill and seen them there. I've seen them at Midsummer Screen, and I've seen them at Creep IE, and they're amazing. It's like a family-owned business. The family is great. They're all wonderful people. You'll have a blast, I guarantee you. And I walked up. I was giving them a hard time on the live stream. I was like, "So you can let all the viewers get $5 off if they mentioned if they mentioned this?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. We'll have to talk about that." I was pulling his leg, but it was funny. But he's a great dude. Great. He's a singer too in a band, which I don't think they performed this time. They performed last year, but great people at Fear Farm. So you got to check them out. And here you go. And so I was wondering about this. You're going Saturday. Oh, dude. I'll hit you up, dude. I'll hit you up. I have I I got my first paid acting gig coming up this weekend. So, but it's at night. So I'll hit you up, Nick, and find out what's going on. And I'll see if things work, if I can make it happen. But I'm going to be acting in a movie. I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Nice.
And I cannot tell you, there is somebody in this movie who every single one of us knows. So I'll tell you guys off the record afterwards and stuff. But I'm super excited about it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm doing that this weekend. I will see, Nick, if I can make it happen, bro. I would absolutely love to go check that out with you guys. But even if I can't this weekend, I will get there at some point before. And I was even telling, like my wife and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law and everybody. And at some point, I think, we're going to get the whole crew to go down there, but it's probably going to be later in October when that happens. But man, I would absolutely love to get over there and check it out, especially, seeing Nick and Anthony and everybody would be great. But here it is. And I was wondering about this. It's funny. So I saw this as we walked in the door at Creep I.E. We saw the Retro Palm Springs flyer here. And it says a nostalgic fan convention at the Palm Springs Convention Center, which I'll tell you, there is no better place on the planet for a retro convention, because Palm Springs, they have, what I'm trying to remember the name of it. But they have, Palm Springs has conventions all the time, but they have, it's something like modern. Do they just call it modern or something? But it's where people open their houses that are kind of like retro looking houses, and you just go tour them, and they have these parties, and everybody just goes around Palm Springs partying at all these different houses and getting drunk together. It's amazing. So there's stuff like that happens there all the time. And Palm Springs is such a throwback town, going back to the legendary days of like Frank Sinatra hanging out there. I've been to a few different places where Frank used to hang out. In fact, at one of them, I met the maitre d', who knew Frank Sinatra, who was a regular there. But Elvis Presley used to spend time there. So many legends. Marilyn Monroe used to spend time in Palm Springs. It is just a nostalgia town. So it is perfect for retro Palm Springs. Can't wait for that. So we got that flyer there. And then this was cool. I don't remember seeing this before. Maybe you had them before or not, but I don't know. But you had the Creep I.E. Aftermath guide here, which told you where all the vendors were, the map to the hall and stuff, and the sponsors. And this is how look at this. You have Bloody Disgusting, Fangoria, Paramount, Peacock, and Mass Republic. What legit sponsors. That's awesome. Like, so cool. But then the list of the panels and everything. So this is really cool, having a flyer to kind of keep an eye on where and when to be, for the panels and stuff. So, and then a Fangoria magazine, a free Fangoria magazine sitting right there. So I haven't had a chance to thumb through that yet or not. But that was pretty cool. A lot of little goodies there as we walked in the door. But man, I had an absolute blast. I had such a great time, and can't wait for the next one. So man, just loving every minute of it. But now, John, there are great haunts out here. Do you know, out in the Vegas area, are there haunts? Do they have like haunted houses around Halloween time out there that you're aware of?
They do. Tom Devlin normally has one.
Oh, yes.
Out in Boulder City. And then there's one in what is known as the Ghettos Mall that's set up every year too. So, but I forget the name of that one. But there's like at least two or three.
The Ghettos Mall, that's that big, it's like kind of a square and the parking's all in the middle of it. Is it that one?
It's the Meadows Mall, but they call it the Ghettos Mall.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Nice. So that's cool. So there's stuff out there. There's stuff out here. Everybody, it seems like this year, everybody's getting into the spirit a lot earlier than in previous years. But man, I'll tell you, I've got so much watching and catching up to do. And I do need to mention, hopefully Jude got her package already. If not, she'll be in the mail because where is it? Hang on a second. Shoot. I'm failing right now. I can't even remember. After, Before Dawn comes out tomorrow, and I need to show a couple things here. I should have mentioned this way earlier. But Before Dawn, a phenomenal movie from my good friends over at Well Go USA, coming out tomorrow. Here's some pictures from the movie. Look at it's amazing. They did a great job. A story about a young guy who's a teenager back in World War I, who leaves his home on an Australian farm and goes to fight in, at that time it was called the Great War, because they didn't call it World War I yet, because we didn't have World War II. It's just the Great War. But they did such a great job with this. I absolutely loved the movie, and it comes out on physical media tomorrow, and I think you can stream it already on like Amazon Prime and stuff. But such a great movie from my good friends at Well Go USA coming out tomorrow. But very soon, Exuma, a horror movie from them, an Asian horror movie, is coming out too. We're going to talk more about that later on this week. I'll watch it and review it and everything. But did want to mention that. My fault for getting to that so late, Well Go. My bad. But this, and I picked up something else today because Walmart failed epically. But I am thrilled to pick this up, which is funny because I walked out of the theater not liking this, and that's Longlegs. It comes out tomorrow, but the goofballs at my Walmart put it out today. So and also Bad Boys is sitting out there on the shelves, and it's supposed to be out tomorrow.
Oh, I want both of those.
Yeah. So there it is. So Longlegs. So now with this and Blackcoat's Daughter, I will do a double feature day one of these days coming up soon, and check it out. And they did have the Blu-ray, and they had the DVD, but I don't think it came out on 4K. But what I'm so excited about this with Longlegs, because I felt like this was a movie I needed to do homework on, and maybe some of the answers that we sought out, like when you and I talked about Blackcoat's Daughter, maybe some of those answers will be on these movies now. It says it has feature commentary with Osgood Perkins, the director, son of Anthony, right?
Yes.
And then it has the clues. It just says the clues. So, oh yeah, and so how weird. Maybe the 4K comes out like in 2 or 3 weeks from now or something. Maybe on like October 14th or something like that, or October 11th, something like that. But the clues, and then it also has another one called The Evidence, then something called Dirty and Sweet. So there's a lot of things in the special features that have piqued my curiosity about Longlegs. So I'll definitely be checking this out soon, and hopefully I'll be checking out The Purge 4 and 5 also very soon too, so I can wrap up that franchise. Yeah, John, so are you already have a copy of Blackcoat's Daughter, right?
Yes.
Are you going to get a copy of this?
Yes.
Okay, and so then we'll schedule a like a review, a breakdown. Let's see, they do have 4K. Walmart lately doesn't have 4K in stores. Yeah, well, and Nocturno. So it's funny. You go out to Vegas, they got 4K. They just, I don't know why they're like, we're not good enough in Southern California for 4K or something. But yeah, out in Vegas, I see 4K stuff out there all the time. It's frustrating. But yeah, maybe we can do a video like on your channel or my channel, but you know, maybe yours one day, you know, and we get everybody to go hang out with us on your channel, and we'll talk Longlegs and the Blackcoat's Daughter. Maybe some, you know, kind of debate some of the connections, or, you know, is the demon the same demon? Is that one actress the same character? You know, what, you know, are these connections legit, or is it just coincidental because the same director or whatever? That would be fun. Is that something you're interested in doing?
Oh yeah. I can watch Longlegs again. I loved it, and I can always watch Blackcoat's Daughter again. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I know. So initially I walked out of the theater and I did not like this. But then I watched Black Coat's Daughter. This made a little more sense. But I like Black Coat's Daughter a lot more. Maybe I'll change my opinion. Do you think there's any way you change your opinion after watching these again?
No, I think I'd probably like Longlegs more. And I didn't like Black Coat's Daughter when I first saw it, but then I loved it on the second viewing.
Okay.
So I become an Oz Perkins fan, so I'm looking forward to watching Gretel and Hansel. So
I was just gonna say, you haven't watched that yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so yeah, Gretel and Hansel is another Osgood Perkins movie that John picked up out at Zia Records. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts because that's one I need to know if I need to add it to the list or not. So I'm still waiting to hear about that. So man, Longlegs. So I'm happy to get that now, and I think Blu-ray is good enough for me, especially being that I have Black Coat's Daughter on Blu-ray, so they match. They're a good pair. They fit together well.
Yeah.
So yeah, but so now we've got through all the stuff. Mr. Bones likes Gretel and Hansel. Very nice. Mr. Bones has great taste in movies, so I think you're in for a good show there.
Visually, the trailer looks great. You know, it's so I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Well, we've gotten through all the stuff we had to get through, so now we could talk about whatever we had to get through.
I got 3 things today.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Braggadocious Braggadile over here.
That's right. So if we're talking about anything, so
this video brought to you by Oreo Coca-Cola.
Oh my God, I so want that.
Yes, I got one. My daughter mentioned it to me when I took her to San Diego yesterday, and we sought them out, and I have one. I've not tried it yet. I'm going to try it here momentarily. But while I do that, tell us about what you got, or tell us how jealous you are that I have Oreo Diet or Oreo.
Well, I am very jealous. I mean, I do have my Yellowstone Dutton Ranch coffee mug.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Love that. You love that.
And sitting right next to me is the cozy that you gave me for Yellowstone.
Oh yeah.
So I thought I would show that. So I need that. But if you remember when we went to Zia Records, I mentioned to you that there was a Transformers box set of the TV show. And I wanted it, but I couldn't afford it. So it's been on my mind. And today I gathered up a whole bunch of stuff from the apartment. Stuff that I never use anymore. Magazines, books, whatever it might be. And I plopped them down at Zia Records. And what can you give me? Well, they gave me enough to pick up 2 movies because I'm collecting Michael Cimino. So I got The Sicilian, which sadly is only full frame. It's not available widescreen. That could be an out-of-print Blu-ray. And then I also got Desperate Hours, which is his remake of the Humphrey Bogart movie. So I was able to find 2 of his movies, and then they ordered from Arizona, Year of the Dragon. And then at the Eastern store is Heaven's Gate. So I got 2 more Cimino movies coming in.
Nice. Well, let me tell you before you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, but before you get in a third one, can I tell you this smells? It smells like an Oreo cookie, and I'm not even shitting you. I could not fathom how this would taste like an Oreo cookie. It tastes like an Oreo cookie.
Where did you
it really
find
does,
it?
And it doesn't at Vaughn's. So it would be like out there, Albertsons. Go to Albertsons.
Okay.
But it like seriously smells like an Oreo cookie. This is nuts. And it doesn't taste like 0 calorie or like diet or anything.
I'll have to stop by. Yeah, we got Albertsons.
That is nuts. Oreo Coke, everybody. You got to check it out. What? Oreo Coke. What? Okay, I'm sorry. It's amazing. Everybody, I highly recommend it.
No, I appreciate that because now I want to go grab one.
I meant to try this earlier. It's been sitting out for an hour and 48 minutes. So I'm gonna put it back in the fridge and get it cold and finish it. But that is amazing. I have something to drink while I watch my movies tonight.
Sweet.
So what else did you get, good sir?
Well, I did pick up the Transformers because that was my whole reason for coming down.
Okay.
But then I thought, well, let's see if they have the Michael Cimino stuff. So this is it. This is the giant box set of 15 DVDs
Ooh,
And
yes, look
it's
at that.
Transformers, the complete original series, more than meets the eye. This is from Shout.
Wow.
So Shout
Oh, it is from
Factory.
Shout. You got any name dropping to do on that box there, sir?
Not on this one. No, I don't think Cliff's name is going to be on this one here. But see, I just name dropped anyways.
Yes.
So, Mr. Cliff Macmillan. So,
Oh man.
yeah. So
Oh.
these are all really nice. I mean,
That is cool. Let me give a quick shout out, SoCal, Haunts and Parks. What up? How you doing? Great to see you. Hopefully, you had a very cool convention. You were there this weekend, right? I think you were there. And man, I can't believe that Dark the other one. I think they had their media night the same weekend, but great to see it. Dark Castle Dark. Thank you. Forgive me. But I'm bummed because I didn't get to go to Castle Dark, the media night, because it was the same weekend as Creep I.E. What are you going to do that to us for, Castle Dark? But anyway, SoCal Haunts and Parks, Legends, doing great. The panels were great. Dark Harbor. Yeah, very nice. Oh, and so, man, that's, I tell you, so many different, like, haunts and stuff that I got to get to, but on my way to get Oreo and Oreo Coke. Yes, no, and that's what, maybe I should go to the store and get some Oreos to eat with this and just kind of like totally go crazy. But yes, Castle Dark. Did you make it to Castle Dark? I apologize, John, but you know, if they can't hang out long, I want to make sure and get to them here. The discounted vanilla cherry Coke. Oh, they discontinued it, which is
that sucks.
Vanilla cherry Coke. Okay. I tried the Oreo Coke last week and had the same reaction. I got to pick up some more. I know. Hopefully it sticks around. So very, very cool. Okay. So I'm sorry, John, go ahead. Tell us about that. Because I love the original Transformers. As a kid, which you're quite a bit older than I am. I kid. But we were definitely, you know, both watching that as kids, right?
I got to be honest. You collecting like Robotech kind of made me interested in more of the kind of like animated stuff, but I just never really looked into it. And being a huge Michael Bay fan, I liked Michael Bay's Transformers. I like the Bayformers. Okay. So I like how Optimus Prime, and I've said this before, is a complete psychopath. And, you know, Bumblebee kind of follows that on some occasions. But I met David, oh my God, David.
Harbor?
No, David Mindenthal. Oh shit, I think I'm blanking on his last name. But he was in Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone, played his son, and he was also in Transformers the movie. With Orson Welles. And so I got his autograph and a picture with him and stuff. And I thought it was cool that he was in Transformers the movie. So I picked that up just to have it. And then I went,
Mendenhall.
Mendenhall, thank you. Yeah. Jeez. And he is mostly a voice actor back in the day because he left like actual acting, but he does voices. And then I just kind of started getting into this, and it was like, I don't know, this sounds kind of cool.
Yeah,
57, why not?
But I mean, you remember the show from being a kid, right? You watched it as a kid, did you not?
Yeah, I think I watched more of stuff like Planet of the Apes, Thundar the Barbarian, Dark.
You would not have been my friend as a child.
Planet of the Apes was awesome.
I'm not knocking that. SoCal says I went to Haunted Hayride. Decent. Haunted Hayride rocks. Love the Mondo Revola show. Very cool. Are you guys on Twitter? Teddy, I have a Twitter, but I've never ever used it. I saw the trailer for Marvel's Thunderbolt. We'll talk about that in a little bit, Daniel. But I'm sorry. Back on track, John. I, as a kid,
I am on Twitter.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I went full dick move there. I don't know if I have your Twitter linked down below, but I have your, I believe your Facebook, so he could find you there.
Sure.
Forgive me for that, John. But as a kid, the Transformers cartoon Transformers, Voltron, Robotech, like that's where it was at. Those were like my three, and then like GI Joe and Transor Z, Mask, and we talked about this. You and I talked about this. Where I was more like Robot, where you were more
Into the World,
Neanderthal.
Yeah. Well, Dark Star was one. I believe that was one with 2 R's at the end. Thunder the Barbarian was the end of the world where the moon cracks and the whole Earth gets all messed up. Planet of the Apes, of course, and yeah. So that's the stuff that I liked. It's not until it wasn't until Michael Bay's Transformers that I had no idea that Transformers were the thing, but the Autobots and the Decepticons were 2 separate things. That it's kind of like the Beatles, and then you have John George. It's Transformers is the name; it's what they do. While so I'm still learning all this stuff. I'm watching a lot of videos on YouTube about people doing retrospectives and documentaries and stuff like that.
Nice. Well, I hope you enjoy that box set there. I'm telling you, I've probably seen every episode in that box set. I mean, not in a long time, but as a kid, I am sure I saw every single episode that ever came out.
It's 37 hours.
Hey, you can knock that out in one weekend, sir. Come on, get with it. Hey, so it's funny. I was telling, I can't remember if it was Michael Irby or if it was Emilio Rivera, but I was telling one of them, I was like, man, I think it was Emilio. I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy because we were talking about Sons, and Emilio was in it, and Michael Irby wasn't, so it would have been with Emilio. I was telling him, like, I hadn't watched like the first 3 seasons, but then when my aunt who is relations and stuff with a 1%er. I'm not going to name club names on here, but a 1%er is like the Sons of Anarchy or Mayans. They're bikers. They would be 1%ers. If you don't understand it, if you're foreign to the biker world, Google what is a 1%er. It'll tell you all about it. But my aunt, like knowing some 1%er guys or whatever, she was telling me, she's like, you got to watch this show. You have to see it. So finally I watched it and I got hooked and I caught up in like one weekend. And Emilio was like, you caught up in one weekend? I was like, yeah, I'm a bit of a psychopath. He's like, yeah. He's like, I get it. He's like, I've done that too, where you're like, you get hooked on something and you just binge. So 37 hours is nothing, sir. I challenge you. We'll be doing this again. I'll tell you what, we'll give you 7 days. So you have till next Monday to watch all of those.
Oh my God. I don't even understand how the DVDs work in here.
Huh.
I mean, it's weird. The complete first season, season 2, volume 1, season 2, volume 2, season 2, volume 2 again, seasons 3 and 4, season 2, volume 1, season 3 and 4. This is confusing.
Wow. Maybe, yeah, that is weird. I wish I could help you out with that, sir, but you just have to take them out. I'm sure you could Google which order to watch those in. But I can't help you with that right now.
Yeah, I don't get it. But and all the covers are different, so it's not like there's duplicates. So I'll work it out. I'll figure it out. But I got so much stuff to watch this week. Has got film discussion coming up and all that type of stuff. So that's on Sunday.
I know. Yes. So man, no, I'm telling you, I'm so excited to watch these, but I don't have to watch them right now. So I think they're going to be put aside. Long Legs, I'm excited to rewatch it again, but I'm going to put it aside. Exuma, I have to watch, so that's in the have to watch pile. And then these, all the like the stuff that we got. Do you have your stuff from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got everything right here.
Okay. Yeah, we could dive into this stuff now that we're caught up with the Creep I.E. And again, I don't mean we can still talk Creep I.E. Aftermath. It was amazing. If you guys have questions or whatever, throw them out there. But the pickups that we got over at Amoeba, Man, Nail Gun Massacre. I'd never even heard of that. And I love these goofy, like you pick your weapon. Like, isn't there a leaf blower massacre out there now somewhere too?
1 and 2. Yeah.
There you go. So I think a nail gun seems a little scarier than a leaf blower. But Christmas, Bloody Christmas. I've been wanting this forever and find it for $8. Can you believe it? So man, I got some stuff I want to watch versus have to watch. But what'd you pick up again over there at Amoeba?
Well, I only got one movie. And that was if I can find it in here. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Sorry, Boris. That was Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. Which
your hate by
my hate, yeah. So it's I am so angry at this movie, but it was less than $5 actually. It was $4.49. It's got its slip jacket where the other one for the same price didn't. But I dislike this a lot because you have a book and 2 movies, and they decided to make up their own lore. They just threw everything away and just decided to do their own thing for a prequel that deals with one of the characters.
And it's kind of silly doing that when you call it Bloodlines. You would think it would be, you know, I mean, the word Bloodlines, like how is that a different story? That's weird.
Yeah, it made me angry because it's about Jeb and who's obviously a big part of the book and both movies, played by 2 great actors too. And then we get this made up story that just, it's like, oh, this is what I'm going to see. No, this is completely different. Like you're expecting the stuff they talk about and it never happens. But I also got, at Amoeba, because I only bought the one movie, I also got the Funko figures for Road Warrior, so Mad Max or Max. I got him.
Oh yeah,
huge Mel Gibson fan. I don't care what people say.
I was a little disappointed. I tagged Amoeba Hollywood, and they didn't share the video, or they didn't even share my post. I was kind of hoping they would, but that's okay. And I think the reason they didn't was because the minute we walk in the door, I start going, oh, what are you doing with your prices? Everything's so expensive. So I can't really blame them. I can't. Well, that one shelf, they did have, I mean, hey, I bought Bloody New Year, I think for like $13 or $15 or something. I'm okay with that. This is a Vinegar Syndrome movie for that price. That was fine. But it was just that first shelf we looked at, and I thought about it. I was like, yeah, maybe if they watched the video, they're like, yeah, we're not sharing this.
Yeah, true. So,
but you see the great pickups. Go ahead, show the others that you got there, because those are great prices.
Yeah, Max was $4.99, so that's good for a Funko. Yeah. And these are not hate purchases either. These are love purchases. Then there's the Humongous or Lord Humongous, depending on during the movie what they called him. This one was the cheapest. It was only $2.99.
That's cool.
And then got Wes. So and he's $4.99. So that's the entire set. That's all 3. So
how does his mohawk? How does his mohawk look on the? Is it? Because I could see the picture, and he has that iconic red mohawk. Can you like inside actually on the figure? Can you? Oh, it's kind of too dark to see it up in there with the.
Yeah, it's really.
But that's cool, because I mean, what a legendary movie and characters, and you are a big Mel Gibson fan, right? So.
I am, since Road Warrior. So since 1984, I've been a dedicated fan of his, even with his indiscretions.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's. But the guy is a great actor. He's a great director. He's a great producer. Yeah. And I'm hoping that he can. I'm hoping that he's going to make Lethal Weapon 5 as violent as hell. I'm hoping that he's going to do Passion of the Christ, but with, Lethal Weapon 5. So,
okay, all right. I don't know how that would play out, but
Well, or Hacksaw Ridge, you know, with how violent that was, and when I reviewed that with Donald for our film discussion, I said that there was only one man who could do this film, and that's the psychopath Mel Gibson. So
you want the next the next one to be a true story, based on a true story, just like Hacksaw Ridge and The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh,
Yeah.
I lobbed you a softball right there. I was waiting to see how you would respond.
I mean, we could get some Danny Glover up there, you know, like that, and then, you know, we could get, you know, Mel, you know, all in like a Roman suit. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Sure, why not?
I know where you stand with religion, and so when I was saying how they're based on a true story, I was looking for your reaction about that. So
I love religious movies, so I do. I absolutely love them. So and I own 2 different versions of Passion of the Christ. So
nice.
And he's coming out with another one. He's doing a sequel, The Resurrection.
Well, there you go. So I got a movie called Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. not as in depth as you know, as The Passion. And I tell you, to this day, I have passion right here. I got a lot of passion in my loin. Like deep throbbing passion in my loin. I don't know where that came from. That just came out of the inner demon just came out of me right now. I don't know where it came from, but that just came out of me right there. But no, I have The Passion of the Christ right here, but I've never watched it. I've never seen it.
It's the most violent movie ever made. I mean, you think you know, like Terrifier is violent? Oh no,
you haven't seen Christmas Bloody Christmas yet, good sir. That one
I have seen it, but remember, I wasn't
Santa Claus wreck shit. I know, that's right. I forgot.
I need to rewatch it for you. I'm going to rewatch it.
Well, so but Passion of the Christ, okay. You know, and I think I actually have Passion of the Christ with my Christmas movies. So you know, I haven't seen it yet, but I need to watch it someday. My problem is, and the reason I didn't watch Passion, I just haven't gotten around to it. It's kind of long and stuff, but the Mel Gibson and was it Braveheart with that? I'm not a fan of fake accents. And him over there, you know, like, I've got my little panty dress on that I'm wearing, and I'm carrying my sword through the battlefields, and whatever he was doing there, I was like, this is too hokey for me. But I know a lot of people like that movie too, and I wasn't a big fan.
He does. I mean, he doesn't star in Passion.
No,
I know,
and
it's in like Aramaic, so it's I'm mispronouncing that slightly, but and it is subtitled. He didn't want it subtitled originally, and the studio said, no, you're going to subtitle it. People need to know what's going on. He said that if you're religious enough, you should know what's going on, so you should need subtitles. But they had him subtitle it. My problem with Braveheart, as much as I like that movie, is only about 5% of that film is true.
Yeah, but how would you even know? So long ago, you know,
I mean, done off of a poem. That's all it is. It's a poem. While I was watching it, I was doing research on it, and he never had a wife. Yeah, you know, it's just all this type of stuff. It's all the ages are wrong. The time is wrong. I believe they even said the kilts were wrong. That the kilts didn't come around for like another like 20 years or something, 20, 50 years. That it's the film's not correct. It's a good movie, but it's not correct.
And I kid you about that. I wasn't saying how you would know. I'm just saying in general, when stories are that old and they've been passed down through human hands, they get distorted. But anyways, SoCal Hot says we need you to write a mashup horror film with that passion, with the passion of the Christ. I got a passion in my loin. Oh man, you bet. They think Jesus Christ is coming back, but it's really like Jeremy Christ, and it's like a Ron Jeremy version of Jesus Christ.
It's Jesus H. Christ, and the H is Hitler.
Yes.
So that
it wouldn't be Hitler. He would be a horny a horny Christ who likes killing anybody that won't go to bed with him. That's what it is.
Who has mother issues, so he can only have sex with whores?
Jesus horny Christ. I know, and we're speaking much blasphemy right now. We kid. We're having fun. We're having fun. We're just having fun here, not making fun of anything or anyone or anything. But that would be hilarious. That would be a hysterical movie. Let's see. Wicked Network understands the 1%ers. I got to get back and got up in a cup. But understand the 1%ers. I think most of us know what a 1%er is. They are the guy. If you ride a motorcycle and you see somebody wearing their colors and they are ahead of you or whatever, you don't pass them, or else you risk getting knocked on your ass. And that's not fun at 50 miles an hour or 60 or 70 or 80. I have a website with every single movie, even the ones in theater, that I could DM it to you. Watch Fight Club the other day on it, completely free, no commercials. Oh, Teddy, I would love that email. I would love that email. I'm wondering if John already has that site, but I would love to hear that website there. Wes' character also came out in Weird Science.
Yes.
Oh, not as Wes, right? But he played in the movie.
The actor at one point in Weird Science, the actor who plays Wes, actually is there as Wes.
Man, it's been forever since I've seen Weird Science. I love that movie, but I haven't seen it in probably 30 years, so I have to go back and watch it. What an amazing cast you think about now, and what a wild, like, Robert Downey Jr. to see where he's gone from back in those days.
I would
roller coaster life.
Love to be a fly on the wall to find out what happened with Anthony Michael Hall and Robert Downey Jr. They used to be best friends, and at one point, Anthony Michael Hall was here and Robert Downey Jr. was here.
Yeah,
and Anthony Michael Hall was even directing movies. He directed Hail Caesar. He wrote it, produced it, acted in it. And Robert Downey Jr. is in that. They were in like Johnny Be Good together. They were best friends. And then all of a sudden, they stopped.
I wonder if it girls or drugs or who knows. But that would be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
But unless you had them both together, I don't know that you'd get the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You'd probably get one side of the story, and they may look at it different, but who knows? But yeah, it's too bad. That's too bad. But one thing is for sure, Robert Downey Jr. has aged a lot better than Anthony Michael Hall did. Robert Downey Jr., even being probably close to 60, if not 60 by now, is still like a heartthrob, where Anthony is Anthony's Anthony. But and I saw, so I was surprised seeing Anthony at age 45. I think that's where I saw him, right? I think it was age 45. I don't think it was Monster, but it was at that convention center. I think it was age 45. He was kind of like very off-putting, like no video of me and just I'll sign your stuff and kind of go away. But to each his own. Who knows what he's dealing with in his life or whatever. I don't know. But I did not get his autograph. It's just what I kind of witnessed watching friends get autographs. But who knows? But man, Fall Rain says that it is, and it definitely is. It probably is. I don't think we've mentioned this in a while, that
it's vamp time.
It is. It's vamp time. Yes. Did everybody see the new intro? What did you think? How did you like the new intro, John?
I like it. It's each one gets better. So
Nice.
I enjoyed this one quite a bit.
Well, thank you. And did everybody get to see it? Was everybody here for the beginning? I know we're 2 hours and 13 minutes. Probably not many of you. We're here to watch the very beginning today. But man, I am very proud. I like my new intro, and lots of pictures added from this past weekend. Dude, Hail Caesar was so good. I don't think I've seen that. I'm gonna keep talking over John because he just wants to get. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now we're not talking Hail Caesar from the Coen brothers here. You know, he's a rock star who's Caesar, and because he did so much on the film behind the scenes, you could see the black under his eyes from no sleep.
Oh wow!
Like it is, yeah. It's crazy of what he probably went through to make that film. And I forget who else is in it, but I know, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is definitely in it, and it's an interesting film. One of my bucket list actors to work with is Anthony Michael Hall. I've liked him since 16 Candles, you know, especially Breakfast Club, and you know, he's great as the bully in Edward Scissorhands. So it's he's also in a really good zombie film called Zombie Night. So he's one of my actors that I would absolutely love to work with. So
that's cool. Yeah, him and Sean Astin, right?
Got to bring Sean Astin up, huh? Got to bring Sean Astin up.
Sorry, I'm trying to. I'm efforting something right now. We'll see how it goes. I don't know, but
I'm for people to know, I'm not a Sean Astin fan at all. So I wish that he was not in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you want him out of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Well,
I just
too
don't
late
like
for
the
that.
guy.
Too late for that, sir. What's done is done. What's done is done. Okay, I will return my attention here. I apologize about that. But there was another one that another movie mentioned here that Apocalypto. So I've heard Apocalypto is phenomenal. I watched, I don't know, like the first 15, 20 minutes of it, and I was like, and I turned it off. I guess from what I understand, I gotta just stick it out, and it's rewarding. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts on Apocalypto?
I've seen clips. I still need to sit down and watch it.
Oh,
I recently
okay.
purchased all of his movies that he directed. So the newest one I've seen is Hacksaw Ridge. But yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of Apocalypto, so I do need to sit down and watch it.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can review that again. You know, also one of these days, since neither one of us have seen it in its entirety. But it's supposed to be great. Everybody says it's great. I couldn't get into it. Let's see. Anthony no longer looks like Anthony. Yeah, no, he definitely changed. His appearance has changed as he got older.
Yeah.
As do many of us. You know, I'm not quite the heartthrob that I once was, but that's okay. I'm happily married. I don't need to be a heartthrob anymore, do I? Nope.
No.
Although I'm sure my wife doesn't like me being a big fat slob, but you know, that's a different argument. It was cool to see how you got those autographs at the convention. Looking forward to Terrifier 3. Have not yet seen the intro. Okay, so I haven't seen the new trailer either. You have seen, so there's two trailers, right? You've seen them both, John?
Yeah, the teaser trailer was fine. It looked good, but that new trailer for Terrifier 3 looks amazing. It absolutely looks amazing.
I got to check it out. I got to check it out. Yeah. You know what? And I hate to say it, but you know, here's the thing. And we all reserve the right to be hypocrites and everything. As much as part one drove me nuts, and part two was doing good. It was doing really good. And then the dream sequence stuff, and then the arguing in the car too long, and then the way she survived at the end, you know, all that stuff I struggled with. But I love a good Christmas horror movie, and Art the Clown is a great character. So I'm pretty dang excited about this movie coming out.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go see it opening night. So that's definitely one of the things I'm going to do. And both, you know, Damien and Lauren thanked me for loving Terrifier 2. Because, you know, as we know, there have been complaints. It's too long, the dream sequences, and I loved every bit of that. I hope Terrifier 3 is 3 hours and there's twice as many dream sequences. So
no way, sir. No way, sir. No way, sir. They said that they took the best. You remember David said they took the best of part 1 and the best of part 2 and they put them together. So that has got to be like about a 95-minute runtime. It has to be.
At least give me 2 hours. I want at least 2 hours. I'm still gonna watch it tonight, and the film's 2.5 hours long, and we're already, at 9:20 here. So I'm still watching it tonight.
Terrifier 3, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh, is that what it says? Okay, good.
2 hours and 5 minutes. Yeah.
So that means it's with credits. It's not 2 hours. So that's fine though.
Yeah.
But
it's got Jason Patrick in it. Ooh. I'm kind of diving into Terrifier 3 now. So let's take a look at the cast. So obviously Lauren and David. Oh, a close personal friend of yours. I kid, or at least somebody you have worked with before, Daniel Roebuck.
Oh, yes, Daniel.
Jason Patrick, and then a whole bunch of Chris Jericho's in it. Hilarious. Is he a wrestler? I think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of other people I don't know. So there's that. But you get, of course, Elliot returning. So Elliot and Lauren returning, and David. So there you go. So a fun little cast. And I'll definitely have to check out the trailer here after we're done. I can't watch, we can't play them or else we'll get copyright slammed. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? Arnott has to go to work within a half hour. Boo. Work. Boo. Convention
for work.
Yay. Empty wallets. Boo. Make money at work. Yay. The gives and takes of life, man. It's hard. What are you going to do? Yep, I'm talking about Coen Brothers. My mistake. Yep.
That Coen Brothers film is good. The one with George Clooney. Yeah.
Nice. Why are you not the biggest fan of Terrifier? Ooh, I could go on and on. But I'll just tell you this. So in the first one, I thought the girls going into that warehouse thing that they went in, just, the obvious dumb decision by the girls. I like better writing. I want when people don't make bad decisions that lead into the movie.
First, only one girl goes into the building.
It's been so long since I've seen it. They wind up in
later. The sister, because I just watched it. Later, the sister goes in and she's trying to find the first girl, but the girl with the black hair, she goes in to use the restroom. It's a regular guy. He's an extermination guy, so he's not creepy or anything. The building looks normal. It looks just like a regular building. And the blonde-haired girl is sitting in the car, and she gets brought in by, we don't see it, it's off screen, but she gets brought in by Art the Clown.
The building looked creepy. I seem to remember it looking creepy as shit for two girls to go in there.
It just looks like a building.
And you or me, for a middle-aged, overweight dude, no problem. But for young girls, I'm talking about myself.
When you got to use the bathroom and she had to go, and the guy looked normal. He was an exterminator, and he's just outside having a smoke, and he was being pretty nice to her, so they just went into this gross bathroom, and then she got kind of stuck in there. So I'm going to,
Yeah. Well, I wasn't a fan of that. I mean, and then the effects. When I was like, oh, when she's upside down and she's going to get cut in half, you're like, oh yeah, it wasn't the greatest effects I've ever seen in my life. I had a problem with it.
It looked great.
No, so I just remember, like when, like Miranda, when she makes like legs and stuff, it's all full of like that gelatin stuff. It looked like that fake gelatin. It didn't look like real guts and everything come flying out. So it bugged me. That bugged me.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one. Definitely.
But the whole I mean, it looked like indie low budget horror effects, and that stuff that and I know it was a low budget movie at the time. I understand that. But my biggest problem is it's just a dumb decision on those girls to go there. Like, come on, you're too.
But then you don't have a movie.
Right.
You got
something
you
right.
got
Here
to you got to get her into the building somehow.
Right. Something better. Right. Something better.
I have no issue with her going into that building at all. None.
And
None at all.
that is why I consider myself quite a bit more of an intellectual, John. I kid. No, not a fan. And I've already explained the reasons for the second one. The second one, the dream sequence is way too long, lost me, bored me. Felissa Rose showing up was just a token to put her name on the movie. And because she was in there for all of like 17 seconds or something. And the girls screaming at each other in the car. I wanted to punch my television. I couldn't take them screaming at each other anymore. We got the point. It was like, we got the point. We understood they're mad at each other. Move on, cut to the next scene. But no, we just stuck with it. Scream. It was very reminiscent of Scout Taylor Compton in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, where she did nothing but scream the entire movie. And I so wanted to strangle her.
And I think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is better than Rob Zombie's Halloween.
I need to rewatch that one. That's another one I need to rewatch too.
It's another one of these films where Rob Zombie's Halloween has 3 different versions, and his Halloween 2 has 2 different versions. So there's the theatrical, and then there's the Blu-ray version. And the Blu-ray version is much better than the theatrical version. It's a half an hour longer.
Yeah, I would have watched it from my Blu-ray. I would not have watched it like at the movies, or I don't even think 2 came to the movies, but I would not have streamed it. I have it on Blu-ray, so that's probably, so maybe I saw the Blu-ray version. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I actually want to answer Antonis. He asked a question a while back that said, "Do I like Chucky or Leprechaun?" Leprechaun is fine. I own all the Leprechaun movies, but Chucky is my all-time favorite. So that's everything that Chucky has done. I mean, it's for me, Chucky. I mean,
where did Antonis ask this? My fault?
It was a way
Chucky?
back.
Oh, yeah.
You can even see up there. I got a Chucky doll. I got a Chucky tumbler. Yeah. So Chucky's my favorite.
And Antonis will like you because Antonis is a huge Chucky fan. Huge Chucky.
Chucky is great. So, yeah. How's a GM fan does not like Art using a gun? I love Art using a gun because, and like I said, I just watched it again. This is probably my 3rd time. It's basically just putting the girl out of her misery, or who was our lead actress. Is she's on the ground, he shoots her, he runs out of bullets, the bullets goes through her cheek, and all she's doing on the ground is like moaning and groaning. So he just comes up to her, he just pulls the gun out of his sock. Or he goes back to the room, reloads, and comes out and shoots her 3 times in the head. So that, and it's just like, shut up, just fucking die already. And it's just him just shooting her. And I like him using a gun because it's different. So I do like him using a gun. Jason using a gun, no. Michael Myers, no. But Art I think is fine because he uses what's ever around him.
And that's fair enough because to each their own with preferences or whatever. It's art. We're all allowed. It's literally art. Art, the clown, is art, in the movies, and it's up for us to interpret how we like it or what we like and stuff. But I understand both sides of that argument. I really do. I need to watch all 3 Terrifier movies. Hopefully I can very soon. Well, if you can knock out the first 2 in the next couple weeks, then you maybe go see the one in theaters. I would think it's going to be in theaters over there in Europe. I would imagine it is. It's that big now. I would imagine it is. But I recently watched See No Evil 2 with Danielle Harris. I have that on my Blu-ray list, and I have See No Evil. Is that with Kane Hodder?
No, it's with a Kane, but it's the wrestler Kane.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's right. Kane. Okay, that's right.
It's the Soka sisters are the ones who directed it. And I was not a fan of part 2. I love part 1. Absolutely love part 1.
Yes. So, and that's right. And so I remember it now. Yes, the Soka sisters. They've done some fun stuff. This one was okay. It was okay. I could take it or leave it. But yeah, the Soska sisters are great. I follow them, and well, or maybe do I? I was following them. I haven't seen posts from them in a while. Maybe I
They're on Facebook. They're pretty. They're up on Facebook individually, but then they're also under. I think it's called something like Wicked Productions or like Wicked Sister Productions, and they're both on that one, and that's where they interact with a lot of people.
Okay.
So I like their films. I just didn't like See No Evil 2. I like that the first one was directed by a porno guy, and that it was a little more like the killer. When he was nearby, flies would come in, so you would always know if somebody was going to die if they started kind of moving flies out of the way. And in the second one, I don't think that's there. So I like the first one better. It's a little more raw, a little more hardcore.
Why are we not? I'm trying to see that. Oh, here we go. Trying to remember what. Oh, Rabid. Have you seen Rabid? That was pretty good.
Rabid was okay. I prefer David Cronenberg's version. I don't think it needed to be remade, but I liked it. I liked both.
Yeah. And American Mary, I had higher hopes for, but it was still fun.
That one I have not seen.
Oh, yeah. Check it out. It's worth watch. It's definitely worth the watch. It says the allure of easy money sends Mary Mason, a medical student, into the world of underground surgeries, which ends up leaving more marks on her than her so-called freakish clients. So yeah, you get these clients coming in. It's good. It's good. That explains enough of it right there. But American Mary was a pretty good one. It's got a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a phenomenal score for IMDb for a horror movie. So yeah, it's worth the watch. John, have you met Brad Dorff? He doesn't come out to conventions that often. I would love to meet him sometime.
I would love to meet him, and I have a goal to date his daughter. So that is Fiona.
Perv. SoCal Hunt says they said at the Terrifier panel that the kills will be very creative. Nice. And that's and a good horror movie, when you know people are going to be killed all over the place, you definitely want some creativity. So that's nice. Yeah, I would have loved to have been at that panel. OGP, I've been listening to Daniel Harris' podcast called Talk Scary to Me. It's an amazing podcast. And I know, and Wet Movie One listens to them, and I've heard some clips and stuff. I follow them, but I don't have a lot of time to listen to a lot of podcasts. So I have not heard like any of their whole podcasts and stuff, but Wet Movie One has played some stuff for me, and they are funny. Being actresses in movies that we love and all kinds of things in general. To hear them talk about some of their sexual little escapades and things that they have done in their lives is pretty funny. They're cool. They are very cool. I just wish I had more time to listen to podcasts, because I got a long list of people I'd love to listen to. So. But so what are you gonna watch tonight, John? You were saying you have to watch something. Is it Terrifier 2?
I'm gonna watch Terrifier 2 tonight. Yeah, I want to watch that. So because I already watched and depending on the time, maybe I'll watch the 2 shorts that are in All Hallows Eve too. But I definitely want to finish Terrifier 2. So
I got All Hallows Eve back there. Yeah, and I have the which I'm surprised. Where is he? Did
you buy only one Funko at the Funko shop?
3 Funkos at the Funko shop.
Have you shown those yet? Do you want to quickly show them?
After I make you jealous here in a second. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Boom.
Oh, that's the original guy?
The original Art the Clown.
So how did you get that?
I think What Movie One gave it to me, honestly. Yeah.
That is. I need to rewatch All Hallows Eve with those two. I've seen them a couple times, but I don't remember them that well because I just keep watching the new ones. That's awesome.
He doesn't look as good as David, but he still looks pretty good back then. So
Yeah, that is
So,
awesome. That I would love to have that. Yeah.
yeah, you know why you didn't see it? Because it's hidden right by my trick or treat poster. That's picture that's signed by Mark Price. So that's right there. They were kind of hidden behind the TV because I've ran out of space. I'm literally putting autographs on the wall behind my television. That is autograph collector problems right there. I
have a couple of those where I have like the little stands that you could put movies on, and I have a couple autographs right behind the stand with the movies, and I forget they're there.
Yeah. My other Funkos I got, the Nun is already up in her permanent home up there until I get her signed. So I can't go get her. And then Linus from the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, is way over there also. I've already put those away, so I can't go get them. But
so then this is the one this is the other one that I got.
Yeah, that's nice. And I'm like, man, if I go back there anytime soon and they have some of those, I'll definitely probably have to grab one. I wanted one of those really badly, but being that I wanted the Great Pumpkin one a little bit more, and the Nun, I felt like that is something I can get signed, so that's why I went with the Nun.
Well, what I find interesting, because there's two of these. So there's Alien, and then there's Alien, which is thicker. If you remember, like this has the really thin body on it. You can kind of see it. Well, and the other one is thicker with the teeth. So why is this Xenomorph, and that one's Alien?
Well,
they're both the Alien and both Xenomorph.
But the other one, I believe it said up on the top, it said not just Alien, but it said Alien Romulus, I believe, right?
No, that was a totally different one. This one was, well, this is the 40th anniversary.
Okay.
But it did just say Alien, and then in this font, Alien. It's like, oh, that's the Alien from Alien. Why is the Xenomorph different from the Alien?
Well, is that like, and I'd have to go back and watch the movie again to listen to what they call it, but is maybe, like with Baby Yoda, where it's the child and then Grogu later, did they just call it the Alien and then it became a Xenomorph?
I think it was named Xenomorph later.
So maybe because they just called it an Alien at first, so maybe that's going back to.
Yeah, I want to get that one too. So I did watch today, and this is a plug for somebody I don't know, but he moved out here to Las Vegas. Elvis the Alien. He just brought out, and you might be interested in this. He just brought out like a retrospective of all Alien movies except for the Predator ones, and so it starts with Alien. It's about 2.5 hours long. And he does a great job with this stuff. And he gives a lot of good information. Like he brings up stuff that makes no sense in any of these movies. So he praises Alien, but then attacks everything from there on out, saying, yeah, it's good going to bad.
Yeah.
But he even brings up like an Alien Romulus. Why can't they just leave the planet? I've said that to like 3 or 4 people now. Why can't?
Yeah, well,
brings it up.
I have a solid theory on that, but I think there is a definitive answer for that. But before I give you that information, I do have to say hello to the legend, Jennifer Half. What up, Jennifer? How you doing? I was wondering where you were tonight. We've had most of the homies here, and I hadn't seen Jennifer yet, so awesome to see you be able to drop in for a little bit, Jennifer. We're doing well. We've talked about Creep I.E, and I introduced a new opening to the video today with some new pictures from this weekend, and I was going to play that again before we wrap up tonight. But Jennifer, thank you for the super chat again from when we were at Creep I.E. You rock coming through with that. But hopefully, fashionably late. Hey, you know what? And 2 hours and 38 minutes is fashionably late. That is, you are on share time, not SHRE, but CHER. Share is always rolling in. I remember even being at the premiere for Moulin Rouge. Everybody showed up, went through the red carpet, everybody was done, and the movie had to start late because share is always fashionably late. But it was cool. I didn't get to touch her or anything. That sounded creepy, but like shake hands or whatever, something appropriate. But I got to stand. I was standing like within 5 feet of Cher. I was like, this is, she is one of those legendary icons that, I mean, it's, to me, that's like, she is so legendary. It'd be like standing next to Anthony Hopkins or standing next to like the president of the United States or whatever. Just they're that legendary, that iconic. So no, Jennifer, I wish I was in Moulin Rouge, but no, I was just down there at the premiere. So, but I'm gonna be in a movie this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't tell you about it yet, but when I can, I will. It's gonna be a lot of fun. In the meantime, Mr. Bones does a great job of reminding us all that
it's vamp time.
Vamp time, baby. Oh yes, it is vamp time. So with Alien Romulus, getting back to Alien Romulus, why couldn't they leave the planet? Because they did not have enough cryogen chamber fuel to get them.
I'm going to disagree with that.
They only had enough for like
so
4 years or something. They needed 7.
So the ship comes into the orbit. It's a company ship. Why doesn't any company like ships go up there to get it? It just sits there. They do mention pirates, but nobody from the company goes up there. If their planet, if you could breathe on their planet, there are other planets. So which we've already
but they're
seen.
so far away. Remember in the Alien franchise, they're not going light speed, so it takes time to get there.
We don't know. I mean, there could be a planet. They just want to go to that planet. They like that planet. Yeah. So it's pretty, and why can't anybody else leave? I mean, it's just, you could just take, I don't know, the more I think about Alien Romulus, the less I like it. And especially what just destroys me is the get away from her bitch line. I really hate that. I absolutely hate that. If you want to talk about bad writing, to me, that's bad writing.
Yeah. Well, and fair enough. Matt was also not a fan of the franchise. He is a huge fan of the franchise. He was not a fan of the film. But for me, I understand those arguments. And I kind of thought the same thing, because it was like, well, why, if they could just get on the ship and fly away, why was nobody trying to shoot them down?
That was another thing. Yeah.
How are they just so easily? And I think my justification, and now this is just the way I look at it, like, well, it must have been this way because nobody tried to shoot them down, is that they thought, we're so far out there, you cannot go and travel far enough. You will die on the way. So we don't care if you try and leave. So that's what I think, just that they didn't have enough of this fuel. I think they could have easily fixed that with a little bit more exposition, saying, oh yeah, well, finally, here we have an excuse, or finally we have a way that we can survive all the way to this other planet, which is the closest planet. They could have written it a lot better than that. But if they explained, well, this is the closest planet we can go to, and we need more cryogenic chamber fuel, to let us sleep, because we'll starve to death if we don't, like that would have fixed that problem and tidied it up. But I think they kind of maybe just said, well, the audience will figure that out. And some people didn't, or we questioned. We're like, why didn't you explain this to us? So I don't know. I get what you're saying with it. That it is something that I thought of sitting there in the theater, was like, I just imagined the Millennium Falcon taking off and like, being shot at or whatever. And it's just like, how are you able to just take off without any resistance?
Yeah, it's just they find the ship, they get in it, they prep it, they start the engines. There's even a guy like drinking, like by it. You get an outside shot, and there's like a guy drinking something, and they just lift off and leave, and nobody tries to shoot them down. No, why wouldn't the company send up ships? It's I don't know. I'll own the movie because Alien is my favorite sci-fi franchise, even though I have huge issues with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. But for me, compared to Alien Resurrection, those are garbage. So it's like, and Alien Resurrection is considered to be garbage, but I like that better than Prometheus and Covenant. So
Yeah, I would say the appropriate order of best to worst is Alien, then Aliens, then Covenant, then I kid your face. No. I think I'm like, I kind of think it goes in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, then Prometheus, and then Covenant. But I don't know where you put Romulus in there. Maybe you put Romulus before Covenant, after Prometheus.
Do you include the Alien Predator movies in there?
No, okay. So just straight Alien. So is the first one your favorite?
I would probably say Aliens is my favorite, then
Okay.
Alien.
Okay, so
then probably Alien 3, but it would have to be that producer's cut, that assembly.
Cut. The assembly cut.
Then Resurrection. Then probably Alien Covenant, because it's so bad. It's a great Alien ripoff, so it's a great ripoff of itself.
You like that better than Prometheus?
Yeah, because at least it has an alien in it.
Interesting.
And then my issue with Prometheus is how dumb they make the engineers at the end, because all that stuff is cut out, where they just become just the dumb lumbering, idiots, when these guys are supposed to be geniuses who create life. And I wish that they would have stuck with the religious aspect of it. So, yeah, probably Covenant, then Romulus, then Prometheus. Yeah. So it was kind of like what you had said.
So, okay, you flip-flop 1 and 2, and then you flip-flop Covenant and Prometheus. But basically, it's pretty much the same order, yeah. I agree with John. I would love to meet Brad Dourif and have a conversation with him about all things Chucky and ask him to do the iconic Chucky laugh. Well, there you go. I'm sure that would be an amazing experience. I haven't seen Romulus, but I don't buy it. You don't travel through deep space without perpetual energy source. Well, yeah, no, and this is not the energy for the ship. This is their cryogenic sleep chambers. So, and again, considering the fact with this franchise that they're not 50,000 years into the future, they're just hundreds of years in the future. So they're still developing these things. So the idea that you need this energy, this fuel to keep the cryogenic chambers going, it's kind of an interesting plot line in my opinion. But that comes up, not just in Romulus, the idea of the fuel for the cryogen chambers, but
I mean,
anyways,
maybe the planet they want to go to is Planet Z, but along that way, there's also Planet M and P, and there's all these other planets that they could go to. They just choose to go to Planet Z. Yeah. And one of the things that I really hate, and this is one of the things I hate about the new Star Trek, is how everything is so futuristic and shiny and bright and electronic, and it's all digital, but yet then you look at something that's supposed to take place like after it, and it looks like shit.
Yeah.
So when you have something like Prometheus and Alien Covenant, Ridley Scott did it on purpose, where he made everything look more futuristic than he did for the other films. So if you have something like, I don't know, Alien 3 or, Aliens, where they have the Marines that don't need to go down, when all you have to do is use those little balls that they used in Prometheus to just send down the corridors. Yeah. Why aren't they using those? If Alien comes after Prometheus, then that means those balls should be available, because they would be used by the company, and then they could just take those to find out if there are any survivors, instead of sending in Marines. Or how about this? How about sending in Bishop? So even Aliens has its flaws, instead of sending people in. I mean, James Cameron, as much as I love James Cameron, technically he's my second favorite director, but he's not the guy with the most original ideas. I mean, Aliens is just Starship Troopers. That's all it is. It's just
I've never seen Starship Troopers, and I'm okay with that.
Well, and people go, "Oh, Starship Troopers just ripped off Aliens." No, Aliens ripped off the book, which came out in the 50s. And which was all about communism and all that type of stuff. And you know, the military, like a military state. So it's I mean, his stuff is, you know, The Abyss is just Michael Crichton's Spear. Terminator is just Harlan Ellison. You know, True Lies is a remake of a French short film. Avatar is just Dances with Wolves.
Avatar is just Avatar.
So
yeah,
as much as I love the guy, his stuff isn't the most original.
Yeah, that's okay though, as long as it's fun. So I was noticing something over here a little bit ago, and I kind of wanted to dive into it today, but I think it's going to take too long, so I think I'm going to save it for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about. Hopefully, I get to go see it. The movie, The Substance. Have you seen the trailer for that yet, John? With Demi Moore?
You know, I haven't seen anything from it because everybody says how good it is. So I'm not. I don't want to ruin anything.
Let me tell you something. The Substance on IMDb right now has a 8.0 rating. That is unheard of.
Everybody's saying it's really good.
The expert score on Rotten Tomatoes have it at an 89. So that's amazing. Now Transformers 1 is sitting at a 98 fan score, over like 25,000 views or whatever it is. Lots of people chiming in at a 98. So apparently that one was done very well. Have you seen that yet?
No, from the box office results, I've heard that it's underperforming, but it is number 2.
Well, it's a cartoon. That's the problem.
1.
It doesn't, you know, the fans can like it all they want, but it's an animated movie. It's not going to perform on the level.
Well, and if you're not into Transformers, you're not going to go see it. So,
yeah,
you know,
but, I mean,
it's just like, you know, Alien or whatever. If you don't like Alien, you're not going to go see it. I do want to see it. I'm excited for it. But for it. I mean, it's already out. But I was hoping that its box office would be better. It only made something like 36 million worldwide.
Which movie is this?
Transformers 1.
Oh,
worldwide. It should have made 36 million domestically.
The problem is it's animated. It just, I think a lot of, my thing is, I'm like, oh, maybe it's doing so well. Maybe I should go see it, but I'm like, it's animated. It's a cartoon. I'll watch it on my TV. But yeah, if you're a massive Transformers fan, you're going to go see it. Me, I'm not. I mean, I like Transformers, especially from the 80s, but I would never pay to see those in a theater. I would. I mean, wait,
I'm turning into one, so we'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 39 million. But I mean, hey, 39 million is more money than like X has made altogether. Or I mean, Maxine. I mean, that's more than like, I think almost any horror movie has made this year. So, it's nothing to sneeze at, but maybe if it was a live action, it would have probably done 10 times that already.
It costs a lot of money to make, and that I don't understand since it's animated and most likely all computer animated.
Yeah.
So but I still want to see it though.
Yeah. And then, so again, just want to mention Joker 2 is next week, and then Terrifier 3 the following week. So we have plenty of stuff to see. I'm gonna be watching Substance this week. I'm very much looking forward to it. And the nice thing is about Substance, they say, like, you watch a trailer and you don't get, you're like, what everybody's saying about it is not in the trailer. Kind of like Speak No Evil, where Speak No Evil, it's not what's in you, like what's going on. And Speak No Evil, I'm going to say this right now. I have not said this yet publicly, but I like the new Speak No Evil better than the old one. I went and watched it. I like the new one. The acting's better. The character depth is better. The story is better. There's so much more to it. It's not, the older one was good, but it's just a lot more violent and stuff. It's like shock value instead of better story. This one, I think they give you a little more meat on the bone as far as the story goes. So I do like the new Speak No Evil better. So yeah, I wanted to mention those and those, and then topics we're going to talk about soon, though. One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was the greatest cartoons of the 80s, because we got into this, and I'm looking at, and it's funny, I like to look at lists, and then 9 times out of 10 they piss me off, but the first 2 on the list of the 80s greatest cartoons are very easy: G.I. Joe and Transformers. Number 3 is something I've never heard of, called Dino Riders.
Oh, I know Dino Riders. Yeah.
It only has 14 episodes.
Yeah.
How are you comparing Dino Riders to Transformers? Yeah.
I know of it, and I've seen pictures from it, but I've never actually watched it.
Okay. But I mean, there are some that are like way down the list that I'm like, no, there's no way this is this far down the list. And there's others that are not even on the list. So this is very interesting. So we're going to be talking soon about 80s cartoons, and we're going to be talking soon. I'm going to do an episode where we're doing another alternate endings or sequels we'd like to see. I have some fun topics there: a Halloween franchise and another movie, one of our all-time favorites that I want to talk about. So those, and I've got a review some horror movies soon. So lots of good fun content coming up soon over here. John, what have you coming up on your channel soon?
I need to make stuff. I right now I have nothing because I was out in California. So
but you're going to be doing a what's the one where you're going to do like 10 movies you're going to be talking about soon? You had 5, he has 5. You're going to be talking about all the
yeah, Donald Wills and I invited you to join us for this. It's actually this coming Sunday. It's our 5 favorite movies, but we're going to discuss the top 2 each, but we can also get into the other 3.
Sure.
So it's one that's a little more confusing, but normally we'll just find a franchise and watch it and then discuss the entire thing. So that we're going to be doing on Sunday. We do one a month. I'm going to be doing Marvel movies. I know I'm going to be doing that soon. Looking at my collection there. I still got Full Moon that I need to finish. Different stuff like that. I need to do another Funko Pops video because I have a whole shelf of them that I haven't shown off yet.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So you got lots of content you can get to. Web Movie One wants to know why we're still live, because we're having a great conversation. A lot of fun. Are y'all into director's commentary over a movie on physical media? After I've seen the movie once, if I'm interested, then yes. For me, a lot of times I don't have time. There's so many movies I want to see. I don't have time to go back and watch because, there was about 20 years of my life where I didn't watch movies. So I am still catching up. So there's a lot I still want to see. So with that in mind, I don't watch a lot of those, but they can be fun. What say you, John?
It's a time thing, but I like them. So like today I watched Terrifier and there is audio commentary, but I don't have time to listen to it.
Yeah. Now see, if I watch Terrifier again, I probably would do with audio commentary just to hear what they got to say. Yeah.
I might do it beforehand. But before the third one comes out, but it's just there's so much stuff.
I would just watch it once with the commentary. I've already seen the movies. I know I didn't like them. There was elements of each that I liked, but in general, I would probably give the first one a 4 out of 10, like a 2-star, and I would give part 2 maybe same score, probably a 4 out of 10 or like a 2-star.
Wow.
So. Yeah. But I understand why a lot of people like him. I was almost banished from Fat Samurai Guy's house for not being a fan of Terrifier movies.
As
They
should
threatened
have.
to banish me from the dojo. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I will say though that the best audio commentary, well, the two best I've ever heard is Dinosaur Island, which is a Roger Corman produced film. The audio commentary is with both directors Fred Olen Ray and Jim Wynorski. It is one of the funniest and best audio commentaries I've ever heard. And then Ridley Scott for Hannibal, I believe it is, because they obviously put a bowl of fruit or something in front of him, and he's smoking his cigar. So you can hear him doing the on the microphone, and then you can hear him eating as he's talking about the movie. And I think it's Hannibal.
Hilarious. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it'd be
That's
like this.
awesome.
That's the day that we were down on Sunset Street.
Nice. Oh, that's funny. That's great. That would annoy the living shit out of me. But anyways, well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're 8 seconds away from 3 hours here, so we're gonna wrap it on up and head it out and sit down and watch some movies. John, it's already 10, so yes, you have a 2-hour adventure ahead of you, so you better get to it. Chop,
Two
chop.
and a half.
Oof. You're a braver man than I. But anyways, we're going to be back at it tomorrow night. I'm going to go probably 7 p.m. again, everybody. So join me, hang out. We're going to talk. Maybe we'll go down the list of cartoons, but we're probably also going to be talking about the substance, diving into that a little bit. So anyways, it's been fun. John, thanks for hanging out tonight. Glad you were able to
having me.
work out the goofiness with the internet, because for the most part, the rest of the evening, you've been fine. But yeah, no, a lot of times your computer, and it happens with me, where if I turn the computer on, I'm like, ooh, it doesn't look right. And you reboot the computer, turn it off, let it turn back on. It reestablishes the good internet connection and you get going, because your computer, your resources are going other places. You got to close those programs down, and a lot of them will stay active until you fully reboot. So could have been something, who knows, but it worked. And we were able to have a nice video. But I'm going to play, because I'm mighty proud of my new live stream intro. I'm going to play that one more time on the way out the door, and I'm going to let everybody go, and we will see you tomorrow. So John, I will let you get out of here, sir.
Thanks, everybody.
I got to run and use the little boys' room, so I'm not going to stick around and hang out afterwards, but I'll message you. We'll talk. I'll fill you in on some stuff. So again, it was fun, John. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks.
And we'll see everybody tomorrow. If you haven't yet, please, one more time, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed to John Ward. Link is down below. And enjoy my new intro, my new live stream intro, everybody. If you haven't seen this already, if you weren't here at the beginning, I hope you enjoy this. I spent about 5 hours working on this last night. Editing takes a while. So here it goes. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.